Can you do the chant for us?
Nah, I can't.
I mean, can you just give us the
man?
I have to ask.
We got enough trouble out here, man.
No, bro, it is the most iconic. Like,
No, you do it.
No, you trying to get me? No, hell no, I'm not gonna.
What? He's like, you trying to get me sued? He's like, you trying to get me sued?
I'm like, the lawsuit has been transferred to Akbar. Learnmore, you good?
All right, I'm not gonna stop until you tell me.
You're on
now.
your own.
Damn.
That one.
I'm not gonna stop till you.
At
Can
least
you
tell me
give
where
us
it's
just?
I'm done.
I'm done.
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like
Welcome to another episode of 154. Today we are honored to be joined by a true global icon and one of the most influential figures in African music history. He's a Grammy Award-winning composer, producer, singer, songwriter, conductor, businessman, and creative visionary. He has spent decades shaping the sound of African music on the world stage, internationally celebrated for pioneering the integration of African choral music into mainstream film, television, and musical theater. His work has helped bring the richness of African musical traditions to audiences across every corner of the globe. His influence is woven into some of the most iconic musical moments of our time. From his unforgettable contributions to the groundbreaking film and Broadway musical The Lion King, which is the highest grossing Broadway production of all time. It's been seen by more than 120 million people worldwide, and the movie is the highest grossing hand-drawn film in cinema history. He's a Tony Award nominee, multi-platinum recording artist, and one of South Africa's most decorated and beloved musicians. He continues to break barriers and redefine what is possible for African artists on the global stage. He has performed before sold-out arenas around the world. More than an artist, he's a cultural ambassador, a champion of African excellence, and a visionary whose work transcends generations, genres, and borders. It's a privilege to welcome the legendary Lebo M to 154! Hey!
Was that a good paragraph? That was good, right? That was the book.
Oh man, well it is so cool
awesome.
to finally have you here. We wanted to go all out. We wanted just to be able to kind of toast this celebration. I got to get this right because this is the first time that we're going to have on the show South African treats. So we've got, we usually will have palm wine, but we have Kanenkop, which is a pinotage from South Africa. Then we also have biltong and droewoks.
Did he get it right?
Boerewors.
Boerewors. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna crack this open. Now I know that you don't drink, but we're just in celebration. We're just gonna do a little toast. All right. Oh boy.
A little coffee and wine.
This is together. He's ready.
All right.
He's ready. Okay. That's a 3-ounce pour there.
Okay, that's good. You don't want to do the twist thing?
Yeah, you got to do the twist thing, right?
Make
it look. I'm trying to impress you, and look real fancy doing that.
Nice.
Trying to impress the alcoholics. To brotherhood.
Brotherhood. No doubt. Right.
Cheers.
On. Yes, sir.
That's. I got to taste it.
Okay, let me taste this properly.
Oh man.
Okay.
I can tell the notes.
Yeah, the notes of
like the Somalia. I can feel the grapevines of South Africa.
It's notes of
Joburg,
of blackberries.
I smelled. I smelled. I smelled Joburg.
Notes of orange peels.
Orange peels.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there's a bit of peaches. I think. You know how these wines taste.
Have you ever had this before?
Boerewors.
Yeah. So you kind of cut this like.
Yo, be careful.
I'm left-handed.
No. Let me get stuff out the way, man. Yo, no. Akbar. Akbar's big hand.
Did you research this?
This is all beef. I know that.
Yeah. That like a beef jerky or something?
Now I was worried about your finger.
Word. Okay.
It's pretty good. No,
I almost poured this.
oh no!
Yo, watch.
Oh, we did not want to break
got
the
white on,
sobriety,
man.
man. We don't want to.
I'm moving this away.
What happened?
He was like,
I went to 153. So 22 years of sobriety, died in the beginning because they made me
How
drink
many
alcohol.
years? How many years?
21, 22.
Of sobriety?
22
Good for
years,
you, man.
Actually, let me move this all the way out the way.
Yeah, get out. Get it out the way.
We don't want no accidents.
Let's clear everything for the
Doesn't
meat
bother me
cutting.
at all. No?
Do you eat some of this stuff? Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, this is what is this? This is what?
This is biltong. That's biltong. Biltong. That's pretty good. I've not had that before.
What's the? What is it? All right.
It pairs well with pinotage.
Yeah.
All right. It pairs really, really well with
pretty good.
pinotage.
What is it? Beef, right?
All beef.
Like a beef jerky, like, huh?
That's actually pretty good. That's better than any beef
But what
jerky
is
I've ever
this
had.
right here?
It's just a version of this. Right
Oh, the
here.
same. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right.
Well, we know in a couple of weeks you're going to be celebrating your 63rd
63.
birthday, and so we wanted to bear some gifts for you.
Hey.
Gift. Straight out of our 154 collection.
Yeah.
We wanted to gift you with something nice. Go ahead, open it up. Go ahead and open it up. No, over from here, from the right there, from right there. Get that open. There you go.
All right. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
There's no money in
Well
it.
packaged. Well packaged, folks. Beautiful packaging.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, 100% cashmere.
Nice.
We got
Fresh.
We've got the 154
It's nice. That's amazing.
sweater. You can see that.
Bless.
Absolutely.
Bless up,
Absolutely.
bless up.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
to
birthday.
You, man. Happy birthday. Yes, sir.
No, this is
Yeah,
Look at that.
I appreciate
Nice.
that. Yeah.
People
Yeah,
really
it'll
like
fit.
that.
Yeah,
It's a really
yeah.
nice. Good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
well, we
Good
appreciate
job
it. You got
there.
your Carolina Blue here. We're actually filming in this music studio, which is, to honor you and your career.
Thank you.
We want to always talk about the history. The world knows you as Lebo M, but your full name is
My birth name is actually Lebo Morake with a G.
Lebo Marake.
Morake.
All right. Do you have a middle name in there?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, I was born Lebo Morake. Then I went to exile at age 16 to Lesotho.
Okay.
When I went to exile, I deleted the English name.
Oh. What was the English name?
I was born Lebo Get ready for this. They could f you up.
Okay.
Jimmy. Jimmy.
We were colonized by the entire global white space. So it's Lebo Clayton.
Yo. Interview is over. He's not a real African. Clayton.
Yeah, Lebo Clayton.
It like ruins it.
So I learned. That's some fun.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
is.
buddy.
Clayton.
So obviously I learned a lot of my country's history when I left South Africa at age 16.
Oh.
Before that, I'm part of the 1976 generation, which is the Steve Biko.
Yes,
and 1970 the student riot.
Yeah, the Soweto Uprising.
Soweto Uprising, which we just celebrated, I think, 50 years now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that is really cool because I know that, and that was 1976.
76, yeah.
And you actually lived through that because that was about 3 years before you left South Africa. I guess before we get into that, what was life like in Soweto? Prior to that, like you grew up in Soweto,
Right.
kind of, 16 years into apartheid.
Right.
When I look at the years and I look at the dates, I'm going, man, that must have been some trying
I don't
time.
want y'all beating me up for putting this thing up.
Oh, no.
Funny way.
No. I gotta put sit on soft. Sit on that.
He said it's cashmere.
It's cashmere.
100% cashmere.
It's cashmere.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Soweto, what we call Deep Soweto, right?
Okay.
But let me finish the name thing.
Yeah.
So when I got to a little bit of maturity, I learned how I'm born into apartheid. That's different from people that were born post 1994.
Yeah.
My generation is the transition, but I go to exile at age 16.
Yeah.
Then I learned that when you were born, the whiteness gave you the name.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, my name Clayton was not given to me by my parents. It was given to me by the nurse that was right there saying, okay, you're Clayton.
Damn.
So the first thing I did when I went to exile, okay, this is gone.
That's gone.
I started my new life. So from there, because I left Lesotho with special arrangements to America, I had a United Nations High Commissioner for Refugee passport. But it's issued in Lesotho. Then I went from Lebogang to Lebohang. And Basotho changed from a G to an H. So I go from Lebogang to Lebohang. So for the rest of my life since age 16, I've been Lebohang.
Okay. And when did you make the decision to go from Morake to M?
I did not make that decision. The profession made that decision. That's much later.
Okay.
I went to Lesotho, not for a long time because we kept our hustle. Went to the first place I went to, I was adopted. In order for me to go from Lesotho to America, I was adopted with a special arrangement by Dr. Robert Pritchard, who was based in Syracuse. So it was a special arrangement with Trans-Africa. It was run by Randall Robinson. It was a really powerful lobbying political organization at that time. Long short of that, I didn't go to exile or come to America via how most young people left South Africa, via the ANC or any of the political organization. I left South Africa looking for a gig because I was the youngest nightclub performer.
You started performing at 9 years old?
9, I was ballroom dancing.
Damn! What?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
With the numbers in the back?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, where I grew up, and I've come to learn globally, it's like that everywhere in the hood. I grew up where boys will either play soccer or boxing to get closer to girls.
Right.
And I lasted 20 seconds in boxing. Soccer was terrible, too sweaty, and the ladies were too far. So I like the whole ballroom thing there where everybody's here.
So you were creepy.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
But I mean, you reflect on those things as an adult now. No, I like this ballroom thing. Okay. Plus, it's got music in it, you see, and it's got rhythm, it's got melody. And so when you were not hip in the hood I grew up in, if you didn't play soccer or you didn't play, you were not in boxing. Those are the only sports that we're limited to. But then at the same time, I became a youth club kid from age 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I started being part of the street bands at about 9, 10, 11.
Well, when did you know that you had a musical gift? Like, when did you know that, hey, this is something, because at some point in your young career, in your life, you know, hey, like, I think this is where I want to go. Yeah, I knew for me, sports.
I think it's safer to say I was born into it. I learned after my father passed away that he was a drummer and he was a singer.
Okay.
And my mom, who came from the Xhosa royal family in the Eastern Cape, who was sent to Joburg to be a nurse, hooked up with a hustler from Alexander, who was a musician and a thug and everything else. So I'm born into a family where I hear nothing but music. So I don't think, and at that time, African-American music basically dominated as much as it is now, even in South Africa at that time, jazz. So when I came to America, I knew I'm going to be the next Marvin Gaye. I knew I'm going to be the next, my favorites at that time was Commodores, Marvin Gaye, Earth, Wind and
good
Fire.
stuff.
Even today, Earth, Wind and Fire. So I come from that culture, but at the same time, I'm also exposed to Ladysmith Black Mambazo, to the greats that have left, that are in exile, Hugh Masekela,
Miriam
Makeba, all that. So those are like the gods, untouchable, because they're in exile, but their music dominates. It's pretty much what we hear. So I think my love for
in exile. When you say in exile, you mean they were exiled themselves?
No, they left years before some of us, before 1976. They left South Africa when they were young. I think
and they were running from apartheid.
17,
Yeah, they were running from apartheid. Take us back, because, you know, talking about your childhood, you mentioned your father and your mother. What was life, or what did your grandparents or your mother and father tell you about life before apartheid? Because that's not something here in the States we ever really learned about. They don't even really talk about apartheid, you know, in the States as far as our curriculum.
All we had was Serafina.
Which
we had
Serafina
Serafina was like, oh, what's this Serafina? Apartheid. And then Bofa, I think it was Bofa with Arsenio Hall had a Bofa. It was another.
And then there was Cry Freedom with Denzel Washington.
What did you think of Denzel Washington's performance? That was good.
I loved Cry Freedom. I'm trying to remember if it did some. I think I may have done some themes and some music in.
And Peter Gabriel did the Biko song. Yeah.
But growing up, everything was a secret, when it comes to the political environment, because we're so isolated as a society. The era where, because the political leadership was in exile or in prison, Mandela was in prison, all of that was like unreal to us, untenable. We start going into, my generation starts getting into appreciation of the environment with the Steve Biko generation. And then because of Steve Biko, the whole Black consciousness vibe enters the townships, because South Africa at that time was completely, it's a township, that's it. I think before I left, I may have gone into the city once or twice as an adult.
So you stayed, you just stayed in the township?
The country was completely.
Because you were in South Africa and I remember watching, the Stephen Biko movie, and there was a portion in there that, they had like the passport book in order to travel around. Did you experience that? Because I know that apartheid, and again, we don't learn this in school, but apartheid was really studied by by the people who have put apartheid in. They studied Jim Crow in the United States, and came in. How did that impact you, like with the whole passbook, and how did that passbook?
I actually never had an ID when I left South Africa. I didn't even have a passport. When I left South Africa, I left with the young guys who were going into the underground. It was the Underground Railroad, pretty much like here, but going into becoming soldiers of the ANC and everything else. I left thinking that I'm going to the next club. I had no clue that there's a border. I had no clue there's anything like that. So we left. I crossed the Caledon River, not realizing that I'm going to be in exile. I learned that 2-3 weeks later, that I can't go back to South Africa.
Because you couldn't leave Lesotho, which is a small country within South Africa.
It's Southern Africa.
Yeah, Southern Africa.
Lesotho is an independent country, but landlocked by South Africa.
Right.
So most people that left for exile left from Lesotho, from South Africa to Lesotho or Botswana. These were the exits out of South Africa. So I left with the guys who were crossing, what you call crossing. That means they were leaving the country to go into the bush, to go into military training, not through the borders, not through passports.
Did you have siblings? Did you? So you how many siblings did you have?
My older sisters, 2. My 2 younger brothers.
2 younger brothers. So
but that's immediately for my mother and my father. The rest of the family is like, that's my immediate, right? And I guess for my immediate family, it was not uncommon for me to disappear, because from age 7, 8, 9, basically after 1976, after the student revolution, there was no formal, normal life for young people. Even schooling was just sporadic because there was one riot after another. So I would go from my home to my uncle's or go with the bands, or I just went that direction. So there was never a, where is he? And it's not uncommon at that point in the townships or within our family structures to just be gone for a day or two, and your parents would know that you are at that uncle's house or your son. So that was like that natural thing. It was never like call the cops, look for him, type of thing.
That's because you talked about even with the uprising. Were you part of the uprising? Did you lose? Because I know like over close to 1,000 kids were killed in the Soweto Uprising. Were you part of the uprising? And did you lose any friends?
I actually was coming from a rehearsal. A band rehearsal. At this point, I'm now with the official band that has guitars. Before that, it was like sing and a designed piano. Sing the piano. I don't remember how we did that. But when Soweto erupted, it started at Naledi High, which is not far from my high school and where I went for my rehearsal. It's like around 1 in the afternoon, just come out of a band rehearsal and kids are going all the direction of where the government office was that monitors Soweto. So you become part of that, and from there you go all the way to Orlando, where the first shootings happen. So basically it's like children coming from all over Soweto to this one spot.
Wow.
Which is not far from the famous street where Mandela and everybody had lived, and the Hector Peterson Memorial. So I'm part of that up until the shooting. When the shooting happens, I'm not there.
Okay.
But I learned my older brother's literally right smack in the center of that. Then when this all kind of come down, I learned that two guys that were with me continued and they got shot and died.
Oh.
So it was not uncommon to wake up and hear a few people that you grew up with caught a bullet or two.
The uprising was because that the students were tired of being forced to learn Afrikaans. Was that true? Or what was the uprising?
The system was trying to implement Afrikaans as a medium. Afrikaans is we have 11 official languages in South Africa. Afrikaans is the oppressor's language that now was being imposed on young on the entire curriculum system, and at this point the whole black consciousness thing was rising, and Tsiesi Mashinini and Khoso Siatlolo, who led the 76 revolution, because we don't like calling it a riot, it was totally a revolution, because in truth without 1976 there wouldn't be 1994.
Right.
In reality, even though the older guys came in, hijacked the whole program. Made it like what is not. By the time this is over, there's basically instability in the country throughout, up until I leave in 1979 at 16.
Wow. So Soweto, I remember I was there in 2006 actually, and I'll never forget going to Soweto, and then there's this place, and you probably know where it is. It's a split, like on one side you're seeing these beautiful homes,
and then Shanty,
and then you see
Sentin and Alexander.
Yes, like I had never seen that anywhere I've ever been. There's usually a transition before you get into the nice neighborhood.
It was just like
this
bang,
was
bang.
just sharp, beautiful homes, and I like how. Did you ever cross on that? What was that like when you were there? Could you cross over to that other side? If you did, what happened?
Well, none of it existed to that extent in my childhood.
Okay.
Because remember, you couldn't be in the city without the passbook or without authorization.
How did the passbook work?
It's an ID. It's an ID that every black person has to have to go into the city, to go to work in the kitchens. Our mothers raised most of the white families, but you have to be there at a certain time, you have to leave at a certain time. So most of us, I speak for myself and most young people, before 1994, South Africa was completely divided. Very few black people know what the city looks like throughout the entire country. So by the time 1994 happens, very slowly black people start moving into the areas that were accommodating. But Alexander, I think the general norm is for the wealthy to thrive, you have to have a place where the workers stay. So Alexander is one of those. That's why it's so extreme. Is the closest at that time to opulence. Right? But even now, that division is still there. In every suburb, in every exclusive area, there's always a shanty or a township.
Oh, wow. So that's because that's where the workers had to close proximity so they could get to and from. Oh, wow.
My uncle Sonny Okosun in Nigeria, he sang a song. It was called, that was a controversial one, Fire in Soweto. That was my favorite song growing up. And he said, Fire in Soweto. It was, that's my Uncle Sonny.
It was a big hit. Right?
Yeah, it was a big hit. Yeah, it was a big hit. It was my favorite. And that was very rebellious. I remember he got backlash for it, but that was him singing about South Africa.
It comes from that generation.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. Yeah.
We didn't get to before because I don't know South Africa without or what it was like before apartheid? I know you said your family was kind of quiet on there, but was there a time beforehand where it was just, I know they had already been colonized, but was there a time where it was, you know, like there was black movement, black success?
Well, then and now, there's a perception of black success.
Yeah.
And I think it's a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Right, quite frankly. The beginning of integration into the city is post-1994, when Nelson Mandela becomes the first black president. Yeah. Prior to that, like I keep saying, it was completely separated.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, there was also another system what was known as Bantustans, which is within South Africa, but the whole divide and rule concept, where Zulus are going to be here. It's called Zululand. And Botswanas are going to be here. It's Northwest. Xhosas are going to be here. It's the Eastern Cape. And the Beles are going to be here. So that's how that entire system would survive and implement and create the division.
Yeah.
So it took sophisticated political maneuvering for the leadership of that time to slowly break that into formulating what became as the African National Congress, the PAC, and the Black Consciousness Movement. But that culture and that system is still kind of there. And the way we all know South Africa is like trending all over the world right now.
Oh man, the xenophobia.
Yeah, I'm coming to this.
Okay, you coming? Come on, down.
I'm fortunate and I'm privileged to have evolved and grown up in both countries.
Yeah.
You know, and at critical times. I always say, I'm in the Soweto riots. I'm also in the LA riots.
Yeah.
You know. So,
that's crazy.
I'm exposed to the leadership that's in exile as one of the young kids, but I'm also exposed through my church. I went to high school in D.C., the Gellington School of the Arts, and I was adopted by Union Temple Baptist Church. My father, my spiritual African-American father, was part of the leaders of the Million Men March.
Oh, that's insane. I remember that. I remember that.
So I have hardcore both, you know.
Yeah.
My first wedding was officiated by Dr. Maulana Karenga, who founded Kwanzaa.
Oh, Kwanzaa, yeah.
You know? So I have the privilege of being. There's a time where I go home in D.C. and there's the minister here, Farrakhan, and there's Jesse Jackson here, and there's my dad chilling in my dad's office. So
wait, I'm sorry.
That's insane.
In your dad's office, you just kind of, hey, Dad. Oh, shoot. There's
Louis
Farrakhan,
and Jesse Jackson, Rainbow
Jackson.
Coalition.
Yeah, I don't remember who else is there, but yeah, this is my son. I said, it can't just be like that, but you know.
That's insane.
That's a heck of a room to walk into.
That's the Union Temple Baptist Church, you know, in D.C. And years later, when Mama Winnie Mandela passes away, Reverend Jesse Jackson comes in and we chit-chat about that moment and my father and all of that. But the point is, when I say, and I believe it's a global phenomenon that's creating this problem around the continent of Africa, there is a perception of freedom. Yeah, it's a political perception. Some of us are of the belief that a deal was done to avoid civil war in South Africa in 1994, but does not necessarily mean we're benefiting from that deal, you know. As most countries in the world, but speaking exclusively of the African experience, the neo-colonialistic systems are still there.
Yeah.
And they're global. And they're still there very strongly, not only in South Africa, but in the continent. However, South Africa, ironically, I was coming here thinking like, okay, the South Africa and Nigeria, the two most powerful countries in the continent that have the most up political leadership.
No doubt.
And that should be leading the continent such that the resources that we have in a continent could triple build Dubai and triple build all those things. So the confusion that we're seeing here, the loose terminologies of terms like xenophobia and all that, they're not really engaging and interrogating the real issues that are caused by corrupt leadership across the continent.
Yeah.
South Africa is built on the basis of a really bad up deal that was not meant to benefit the entire population.
No. It's just for the white minority, because they are the white minority.
At that time we understood we had a choice. Civil war, which probably would have been the most devastating civil war in the history of Africa.
Why?
Why? Because South Africa didn't survive. Apartheid didn't survive because it was this exclusive thing. It survived to benefit the entire Europe.
Yeah.
It was supported by Europe, by the United States, by everybody else, in order for them to control the continent of Africa, but also have access to all the resources.
Didn't Queen Elizabeth sign for that apartheid?
Everybody signed.
Yeah, she signed for it, and it's really
so. It is a system we as Black South Africans are beginning to feel. 30 years is not a long time, by the way. Most revolutions in the world, you start feeling the revolution or the perception of revolution 30 years later or more. This has been researched and confirmed. So the problems that Black South Africans are having right now are embedded in the systems that were adopted by the perception of we're free now. It's political freedom that really does not have economic power.
Yeah, right.
It does not give you access to everything else that make you feel free.
Yeah.
But some of us are comfortable and say, but that's all over the world. I grew up in South Central LA. I grew up in DC.
Anacostia, right? Or what's that?
Anacostia in DC.
Yep.
And then before I moved to Learnmore Park, to me, Learnmore Park was like the suburb.
Hey, you know, it's so crazy that you say that. That's my neighborhood. I grew up in South LA.
But I've watched the program. I'm watching all of this, and I'm feeling like we are caught up now in a debate and an argument that's not benefiting anyone. As the Black diaspora, right? By default, we're also encouraging, without realizing, narratives that continue the divide. We're accepting and living without interrogating, even labeling like xenophobia. Right? And you sit back and say, well, how the f is this xenophobia limited only to South Africa? Everybody around the world, in the United States of America right now, one of the biggest problems is anti-immigration. In Ireland, last week, people are being murdered, and no one is saying it's xenophobia.
Right. So you're saying that they get the term is being selected. You're being selective
specifically to South Africa because South Africa is a political threat and an economic threat, and it has to remain divided. And if South Africa and Nigeria, for example, hypothetically, were to really bypass all of that and build a new future for the continent of Africa,
be over.
That would then basically destroy the entire establishment.
So are you saying that the powers that be are invested in keeping two of the biggest economic powers of Africa fighting
with puppet leaders?
It's one part of it.
What would happen if Nigeria and South Africa said, you know what? We're getting rid of all of this corruption. We're getting rid of all of this division, and we are going to be independent, and we're going to live to our fullest power and to the extent of that country's wealth.
I'm not sure if it's that simple, one, and I'm not sure if it's just going to happen, unfortunately, in this generation or the next generation. This is the generation of confusion. This is a generation of got to go through some darkness, and unfortunately, remember, South Africans, we're in the belly of the beast. Throughout. We're the only country in the entire continent of Africa, and probably the diaspora, where white power maintained control through the economy and the land distribution. And you can't change that in 30 years. It's impossible, right? There's no country that has gone through over 400 years of what we all have gone through around the world, and boom, change that in 30 years, especially if the political institutions remain the same. And the leadership The initial leadership that was in place was pretty much sophisticated, but like everywhere else, South Africa changed when gangsters took over political power. Let me put it that way.
Okay,
Right? Yeah. There's a point where in South Africa, gangsters took over political power, and at the same time, what is really at the center of the perception, and as a South African, I say this very strongly, the perception of xenophobia is, as long as there's labeling, it'll keep the rest of the cousins, the rest of the world focused on the realities that Black South Africans are faced with.
I totally agree with you, and we see this play out here in the States as well.
Yeah.
Like the labelization pandemic is what I'm going to call it. It's an epidemic, a pandemic.
Yeah.
Like anytime someone disagrees with you, they will say you are xenophobic, you are homophobic, you are anti-Semitic. Anytime there's a difference in conversation or just an elevated conversation,
that as a deflection.
Not that we didn't up.
Right. But sometimes you have to, like what I experienced, I remember just like one of the greatest moments of my life was going to college and being in a locker room where I was in a locker room full of men from different parts of the United States.
Yeah.
And we had real conversations. We called them locker room talk, and we were able to express ourselves. Some of the stuff that we were talking about, if we had it out in public today, we'd all be canceled. We would all have labels on our head. But what we were able to talk through and was have conversation, we were able to say ignorant stuff. We were able to be corrected and learn from some of the ignorant stuff we were saying, rather than someone saying, all right, I'm going to mark you as a racist. I'm going to mark you as this. Yeah, and that's labelization is crippling to real conversation.
You know, there's an advantage to technology, then there's a disadvantage to technology. Yeah. The era you're talking about was controlled debating. You know, it was either in college or in campus or in the churches or in the bar in the community. Right now, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can get on the phone and say whatever from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere, yeah.
Yeah. So as a result, a lot of the things that are key, that are supposed to be a conversation amongst us, are being thrown out by labeling and then narratives, right? Yeah. We all know in the history of the United States of America, which we all have gone through, I went to high school here from grade 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Right.
Yeah. So I have a good sense.
Because you went to school in South Africa, you came over here and did a part of your schooling here.
I don't remember think about the school I went to in South Africa, quite frankly. Because my schooling basically begins from grade, I remember as a kid at age 2, 3, and 4, it was cold, I didn't have any food, and had to be in this school, right? But the experience of being a student and being incorporated into society starts in America for me.
Okay.
Right? But I'm losing my train of thought. The point I was trying to make is, we have a good sense of how you'll be destroyed in America in the 30s, 40s. Or somebody hates you, you took their girl or you took their business, they just have to say, you're a communist and you're...
Yeah.
Right. So I feel that mentality of controlling masses is coming back with labeling, and unfortunately is now embedded in the African diaspora, particularly in the continent. Bear in mind, the country South Africa 31 years ago, to be specific, because we're about 32, let's say 35 years ago, the entire country was built, the borders, the entire system was built to accommodate 5 million people. There is no consideration of that in the problem that South Africa now has of being overexposed and borders uncontrollable. The entire border system, the immigration system, the passport system that was still, as South Africans trying to rebuild and reconcile, was actually built to accommodate exclusively white people, not more than 6 million, against 20 million or more of South Africans.
Right.
Do you understand?
And you guys went through your own redlining where blacks were put into specific areas and could not enter.
Yeah. Oh, they couldn't. Yeah. That's what. I was going to say, what do you think of Julius Malema? Because I brought up Julius Malema once, and everyone,
and you got hammered, huh?
They tore my up.
Yeah, you.
I said Julius Malima's a pretty. They were like, he doesn't know anything. Julius Malima's a whole. I got tore up, but
I know.
I watched Julius Malema for the past 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
I watched him like when I was in South Africa performing in Johannesburg. You know, I saw this Julius Malema. They were like, oh, he's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Then I would keep watching. I said, oh no, he seems to be making some sense as far as the freedom of South Africa and also. He says the borders, the way they're separating us Africans, we all are Africans. We all need to come together. What is your perspective on it?
I observe that, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't think, and this is just my individual observation, yeah? I don't think the backlash, that's not even the right word, the debate with you publicly was specifically about Julius Malema.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think overall, it's a question of sovereignty, you know, is making political commentary on one individual from a country like South Africa without a thorough investigation of the entire environment could be dangerous, right? Yeah. Julius speaks the talk. Yeah. He speaks the language. Yeah. He's extremely talented, a very smart politician that evolves from the ANC, right? But the ANC in its entirety is in trouble as we speak, right? It's the whole idea of the Messiah concept. What if Julius wakes up with some skeletons that nobody knows, right? And you put your neck on the line. Julius my guy, right?
Yeah.
It's happening also. Mandela's our guy, Mandela's a guy, but those that are feeling the brunt of the deal negotiated by Mandela are like, man, I don't know about Mandela, man. You know, so it's a very complicated position to put yourself in. Not that as global citizens we shouldn't make commentary, but I think being sensitive to the territory and the historical and political environment that these individuals evolve from. There's so many leaders in there's confusion right now in South Africa beyond your Mandelas and beyond your Steve Biko, beyond your Sobugwe.
Yeah.
Who's a leader that can really put this product together?
Yeah.
But guess what? It's the same in the entire continent. We can only reference Kwame Nkrumah. We can only reference you know, we rarely have that opportunity post. Well, I think Ouagadougou is kind of like making some moves towards that, right? Yeah. The idea that someone makes a great speech may not necessarily mean that person, whether it's Julius or whoever, is loved and favored in a particular area, such as South Africa. I know Julius personally. I've been around most of the leadership personally, but even as a South African, I will not make bold commentary. So I think that
you're saying because
that was their reaction to you.
Because I would watch just clips on him, and just clips, and the big one was when. And you know what I'm talking about.
On stage?
In the stadium.
In the stadium,
and
on
he's
stage,
going, the boa, kill the boa, pa. And I was like, wow, this is you know, I'm just watching clips getting amped. Like, yo, he has this stadium full of Africans in there. Yeah. And then they say something about the boa, something about
and I could see how that could speak out to you, because I think the thing about you is like you want that, like there's
I want freedom for South Africa. I really want it. Right, I remember meeting a white South African once. I was like, what?
How long were you? Because I saw you were in a bar or something and some raw started, you know.
Wait, I was in a bar?
When you're in South Africa and somebody tried to start a fight.
Oh! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know the white buffalo? But the boxer. Both are the boxer.
Yeah.
So it's me, Ari Spears, we're all these comics. We're in South Africa and we're eating breakfast at the hotel. So both of the white, he comes up to us here, hey guys, how are you guys? You guys comedians? I say, oh yeah, I'm from South Africa. I'm a boxer. I'm boxing later tonight. I mean this week. Yeah. And then the guy he was fighting was an American dude, big old black dude. He goes, hey, and they both knew each other because boxers know each other. He goes, hey, man, you guys got to come to the fight, man. Come to the fight. Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, okay. Because it was Michael Buffer and,
it's a big deal.
In this corner, you know. And we're like, yeah, it's the casino. Yeah. You know, there's a casino. And I said, oh, yeah, let's go. So we go, right? And we're sitting around some white South Africans and it's a mixture. And then you see the black South African bouncers. And so we're watching the fight. And every time Bofa got, the white dude got a good punch on him, the white dudes were looking at us like, yeah, like this, just turn around to us. Yeah. We're just watching. I go, are they doing this towards us? So it became a black and white thing. Yeah. So I got heated. I was like, oh, okay. So when the black dude started, I go, yeah. How about that, motherfucker? Yeah. So I'm talking mad. And the black guy was like, they're looking at me like that. I'm like, yeah. Every time he got bump, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. The black dude is winning. I'm going crazy. So then this white dude, one of the white was like, hey, you know where you are? You're in South Africa. I said, but why are you wearing a Yankees hat though? Right. Huh? Right. Out of here. You know? Right. Oh, I was in it. You know how you're already in it? Yeah. I said, man, out of here, man. I'm not from here, so I don't know what you talking. So we're going in. So then the black dude knocks out the white dude. Bong! Knocks him out. I go, He gets knocked. Yeah. So they leave, and the black South Africans were like, we have your back. Don't worry, we have your back. So because I didn't realize
the tension.
The tension and the dynamics.
This is American attitude.
Yeah, right.
You know, American, we were like, man, all that.
So you brought all of that to South Africa. I brought that
to South Africa. And I'm glad that the black dude won.
Yeah, right.
But I wasn't even thinking like that because we met the boxer, the white dude. Yeah. He was cool. Right. He was cool with us. So I already was like, I just hope it's a good fight. But these dudes were like, yeah. And then
it's those sporadic small pockets of incidences that you have to. I'm probably in entertainment the most controversial in South Africa.
Really? I could see that.
I'm the only person that sued white people, producers in South Africa, contrary to all the narrative.
So hold on, but I mean, were you ever afraid to sue? I mean, because there's a lot of political influence there.
I'm trying to kind of like follow through with what
he's saying.
But I live there. I understand the dynamics. You know, I understand the extent to which I can go. Right, within the boundary of a heated debate. You coming in and you bring in Chicago and you leave tomorrow, right?
Right? I'll leave in a couple days.
You done stirred it up and then left the house.
I'm out.
Now the mindset is, well, bring it, but stay in the fire with us, right? Because once you leave, we're going to be dealing with these white boys. You know what I mean? So I think that was the kind of like, I kind of enjoyed the reaction. Say, my brother Godfrey, I'm going to come see you. If we're going to do that, just stay another month or two. Stay 3 months. Get the dynamics right? But I think that's not limited to South Africa. I think that's a global problem we have as black people.
No doubt.
We don't do extensive research about each other. We're just caught up in a lot of noise.
Yeah, and I think some of that has to do with, this. I think back to Serafina, and there's a part in the movie Serafina, and although a Hollywood movie, but I think it still makes a lot of sense today. Is that I think about a teacher, my high school history teacher, who because you went to school, Florence Avion. Miss Avion.
We ran the Black Student Union.
Oh, you guys were okay.
Los Angeles City College. Yeah.
City College.
Vice president. I was vice president of the Black Student Union.
Yeah, she
the Lion King guy. Black Student Union causing a revolution. I'm the one that would take the students from LACC. So let's go burn UCLA down.
So you starting?
Yeah,
because you came from that, right?
We led the diverse from South Africa movement. In California, in that era. So,
but I was gonna say, to that, like, there's so much misinformation, and there's a part in the movie Serafina which you lived through that part in your life where they were purposely miseducating the South African kid and say, hey, stick to the curriculum. And there's a part of the movie where they say, hey, stick to the curriculum. We're telling this narrative. And part of the narrative is that if we don't teach about the South African history in American curriculum, right, or we popularize or soften what colonization has done to Africa, right? A lot of Americans hear the term colonization. It's just like, and in most of our curriculum, it was just kind of oh yeah, they were colonized and on to the next, right? It's never talks about the devastation. And so you grow up in this system that doesn't make you dig deeper into why should I care about what's going on in Congo? Why should I, care about what's going on in Nigeria?
It's American-centric.
It's American-centric, and it really does. And so we get fed the same system over and over again. Every single Black History Month, it's rinse and repeat. Dr. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Malcolm
February.
X,
Black History Month.
And then repeat the same thing. And so you just think, oh, wow. And then you learn about slavery and you think, oh, we just got messed up. We got messed up. So you just stay in your own bubble of, we got screwed. And you never even care to think about what's happening around the world.
Would you
within
say you were
the
part of
diaspora.
the Black Student Union?
Yeah.
So when I was at University of Illinois, we forced ourselves to start a Black book reading club, reading African history, post-slavery stuff, pre-slavery. So I got into deep reading and deep studying. That we had to force ourselves. Once I'm reading the writings of James Baldwin and Malcolm, then that and going to Savior's Day, Nation. That's when I got into real. Like in freshman and sophomore year in college, I got into real study and started really Kwame Nkrumah, reading Kwame Nkrumah, just read and Patrice Lumumba, reading all the books. That was we had to force ourselves because we were waiting for February.
Yeah, I get to talk. I'm like, they told me I'm 63 next month. I don't remember being 50. But then I take advantage, It's like, I bring my niece and my nephew, say, why are you doing this? I said, this guy, man, we're hanging out with him at a bar 2 years ago. Now he's talking all this stuff. Yeah. I think I'm setting up to say, the biggest challenge from this generation, I'm not saying your generation, but especially, in the end, you are broadcasters. In the end. Yeah. I was wondering if you brothers are aware the amount of power you have and the millions of people that you're broadcasting and the commentary you make, the impact that has on people.
Yeah. We're learning.
So the difference from my era, which is the transition era, is like I said earlier, that was controlled.
Okay.
And then the biggest challenge for you brothers as broadcasters and anyone, the podcast now is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I enjoy doing podcasts, quite frankly.
I've seen you on some podcasts.
Yeah. I like podcasts better than regulated media.
Yeah. Way better.
But the point I'm trying to make is the biggest challenge is how do you control the polarized environment?
Yeah.
Globally.
Yeah, I would say,
the challenge is globally. It's not.
It's not just in America.
You are no longer, because of the Learnmore thing, you are no longer like the guys in the corner.
No.
And you have to live with and accept that it's a serious responsibility, right? Yeah. Managing polarized people, managing the noise, and remaining as best as possible being central and balanced.
I think it's hard in this environment because, having a conversation like this, to your point, you couldn't have a conversation like this on, on regular television, right? Here, there are no board. I mean, we're just having a real conversation. And in this process, we get to learn. Like, to me, this podcast has been such a school for me because I get to learn about things and have conversation with important figures like yourself and be able to understand kind of the things that I've never learned before. I've never, sit there, and I think Godfrey would be the same. I don't sit here and profess, to be the know-it-all. No. I am like a sponge, and I want to be a sponge in this situation. The hardest part is that it's hard to control because of the thumb thugs that's on social media. It's so hard because somebody can take a clip of what you say and turn it into a whole different.
He knows.
They came after me. I think episode 3, they came after me. I'm like,
and we had to do
episode 1. Our first episode.
We had to do a one-on-one. We said, "Hey man, let's just do a one-on-one and clear this up."
I think what I'm trying to say is not necessarily because it is obviously highly impossible to control masses, just like politicians are struggling right now to control masses.
Yeah.
I think managing your commentary on specific subject is the key.
No doubt.
It's like,
I would one up you on that one, and to support what you're saying, I think it's important for us to educate ourselves on our commentary because of the impact that it could have globally. Like, because I haven't been to all 54 countries in Africa, like, you know, our comment has weight. To your point, it has weight and influence. And so in being mindful that this little podcast has grown into having influence around the continent.
I mean, really? Real. But I mean, as talkers, you know, I tell jokes for a living. Your media, your comment. As talkers, you're gonna make mistakes, man. You're gonna make mistakes, and sometimes you can be in the mode. Sometimes we're in the mode and we're just bouncing off, and then someone goes, "You said this." I go, "You know what? It happens." But we're always here to correct it. We're all about correcting it. We're not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect, and I'm not trying to suck either. But we're human beings.
It's the balance.
It's the balance, like you're teaching us. I go, I'm always willing to go, what did I do wrong? I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to go, man, I'm gonna f it up tonight. I'm just ready to. I'm ready to just.
Because you're bad.
I like that. I'm bad, and the whole world got the answer
I'm not trying to. Now you do.
But you know that's.
I'm a fan of your show, so I've seen most of this.
Listen, man.
I mean, like,
we
I'm not going there to do that.
But this is what we're here for. We're bridging gaps, and when you bridge gaps, there's gonna be those bumps. I want to face that, and that's our problem. People want to just hold grudge, like, man. No, that's not us.
And that's to what you were saying earlier about the labelization. Like, I think that is so hard because everyone out there, we've had guests on here that gets slammed. Their careers get slammed because in a part, like you make a mistake or something like that, they all like, that's it, I can forgive you. You're canceled, you're done. It is the craziest thing because they are on the other side professing that they are perfect, but every single person who sits there and comments negative, like, I would never have said that, you should know better, but there's an area where you don't know better, and yet you don't have the grace to have the forgiveness,
that's
you know what I mean?
Couch quarterback.
Monday night,
it's like when you watch
Monday morning
football, you say, he should have had that catch.
Monday morning
If you were on the field, you wouldn't have done that. Shut up. It's like, it's easy to look and go, see. What do you mean, see? It's like you're not in it.
There. You're not on the moment.
Right, you're not. And that's and my thing is the fact that people do get mad, we are impacting people because to have reaction is important. And this in podcasting, and it's when people are mad at you or with you and criticize, that means you are making a dent. And it's when indifference is what you don't want.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think though. Let me sneak a little bit into. I know you have your program.
No,
your whole Bible. The whole book.
It's like Lebo, stick with page 3. If you take that, that's his kryptonite. Don't take it away from.
I'm gonna be here for the next 20 years.
You ain't going nowhere, Lebo.
I'm not seeing my black belt. I think
we're only on card 7.
No, but it's two things I want to say. It's impact, right?
Yeah.
But do you, brothers, speaking on the issue you just raised, then say, this Learnmore thing, how do I look at it differently? Yeah. How? Because he said on me since day one, everything. I think at some point I was going to block him.
Well, I think,
But I want to finish the point, which I like how you said, Godfrey, but in relation to that, the act of fixing, post the major incident, away from your platform, that's what qualifies fixing. Because if then I didn't come here now, by the second the damage continues.
No.
Two kinds of damages that are limited to a brother from Zimbabwe and a brother from South Africa. In the midst of a global, huge thing that affects specifically these two countries now has filtered into the rest of the continent and has gone global. Because this thing went viral on your platform.
And you're talking about the Learnmore incident. We'll get right into it because you're talking about the Learnmore incident where Learnmore comes onto our show. He's Learnmore
we'll come back to that. I was just responding to Godfrey in terms of the idea of, I want to fix is what you do next in your next 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Before Lebo comes here, they say, hey, you know what, guys? How do we tackle this Learnmore thing? Because like, there's a 30-year legacy, African legacy that's been destroyed by this.
Okay.
There's a young brother who needs to have a career.
Yeah, right.
But how do we then turn it
Well, I
around?
think it's hard. I think it's hard for us. Yeah. You want coffee? We'll get
him more hyper.
I'm gonna get my coffee too.
Get him more hyper.
No, actually, this is the most relaxed I've been.
Good. This is
so
a great.
relaxed.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
This is
I
awesome.
would say.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I would say for us.
Did I fuck up the shoot?
No,
Hell no.
Hell no. You know, I would say, we can,
Want to keep going?
Yeah, we keep going. Yeah, I would say it's hard. It's very hard for us to do that because you do have a 30-year legacy. This contract.
40, yeah.
Oh, you 40 now?
No. The song was a lot different. But you know,
You go, watch your mouth.
No, he was going for the way. Oh, you're 40 now?
you know what? I think
I don't know. No, I'm not 40. I'm 50.
you know, before we get into the Learnmore stuff, man, I think we should bring in some South African food. We have our very own, straight here from North Carolina chef. He's a South African chef, Mark Hennigan, from the Bush Farmhouse in Black Mountain, North Carolina. He brought us. Here we go. Let's get this out the way. Before
Get this out the way here. Let me get this out the way.
Mark has brought.
Hey.
Mark has brought Papa.
Oh, you already know. Go ahead.
Oh, yes.
Well, I have a great fortune.
I never had really South African food.
I've been to with Mark.
Yeah.
You what?
Yeah.
Yes.
You went to where?
I did a premiere for The Lion King way back in New York City. I had a South African restaurant.
Yeah.
I was the first South African restaurant in Brooklyn called Madiba Restaurant.
Oh, you remember?
I met Lebo years and
Way
years
back.
ago. We
That's Mandela, what they call Mandela Madiba, right?
Yeah, I used to get drunk there and eat there.
full circle.
Lebo was just a regular. Yeah, I used to smoke weed over there.
I said drunk.
I know drunk. I just say he's just done everying. He goes,
So
man,
this
I used to
is
shoot
like-
dice over
This
there.
is coming full circle. It's not circle of life either. It's coming full circle. That I know this man from way back. This is when we were like building the Lion King Broadway show.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
He had this great spot in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, Fort Greene, Brooklyn, and everybody used to
Called
come there.
Mandela. That's where we used to go.
And all the Lion King performers used to have their
The
own
original cast.
ensembles and play at the restaurants. And then a lot of the Graceland, Paul Simon's band guys, Tony Cedros, Spaghetti Khumalo, and then
Baguette is a bass player. See, if it was just another white boy, I wouldn't have touched this.
He's not your regular white man, guys.
So tell us.
He's the one that's welcoming the barbecue.
Oh yeah, you're welcome to the barbecue.
Well, okay, tell us, Chef Mark. What do we have here? What do we have here?
So he was right. So that's the pup. That's the white cornmeal.
Okay.
Yes.
And usually, you would eat it with your hands and dip it into
Just
the
like
chakalaka. And then there's some achar, vegetable achar, and there's a little bit of umngushu, some sampan and kidney beans. So,
Okay.
It's like that's what you'd have like at a braai or a traditional home. Like if you went to have some of the sausages of beef.
Yeah. Sausage beef.
So I gotta ask this because this is interesting. Obviously we know the culture and we know what happened, the history of South Africa. Yeah. How much of this is indigenous South African food, and how much of this is the influence from the Dutch and from
Is the sausage, you guys, Dutch?
That's a more important question.
Yeah.
This is a true definition of before 1994.
Before 1994.
Okay, before.
I'm gonna use you as my example.
Yeah.
Okay.
White folks had everything. Sushi, blah blah blah. This is basically what we grew up with.
Okay.
Right. This is the improvisation of our great grandmothers or grandfathers. I grew up eating ngusho from 2 hours since I was born, because that's all there was in the house.
Oh wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
I grew up eating papa because that's all there was.
Yeah.
The opposite of that is obviously now it's become a part of our South African traditional thing. The opposite of that is everybody else in the suburbs had grocery stores and they had rice. Rice once every 6 months was like privileged for some of us.
Wow,
Just to see it.
That's
To
insane.
see rice, Yeah, I grew up with, I think most rice I've had is when I left South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the ultimate, absolute poor black South African lunch, dinner, breakfast, and supper.
Same thing. No, there's no difference of
Maybe occasionally we'll have matocho, which is like the same thing. How you define is just flour made wet. Yeah. So this is privileged that
heavy.
he's bringing in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's more than a chef. He's part of the culture of New York and heritage in that sense. So
That's like heavy.
And again, I do. It actually
deep
made me.
as hell,
Hey,
like-
that actually almost made me cry.
I'm
man.
tripping. Like,
I'm sitting there
because
like
rice to
trying
us, that's normal. We always.
I know
had
when
rice.
you said that. That's what I
and
was
you
thinking
said
about. Yeah.
rice was a privilege. God.
forget rice.
is like-
Just vegetables.
Wow.
Also, I mean, think of that, South Africa is such a melting pot of cuisine. So you have the Zulu and the Xhosa, Swazi, and the Ndebele Zulu. I mean, then the English and the Dutch and the French, Portuguese. So it's kind of formed this, what's called the rainbow cuisine in a way. So,
That's post 1994.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, if you, there weren't any South African restaurants per se.
Right.
You
But
know,
it's like a
so we go to
survival
somebody's
thing.
house.
Like it's just deeper than like.
When I grew up, none of this was there. It's all this.
Yeah.
There's-
Well, so the
meat will be like.
so the predominant
Yeah, sausage,
dish is the pap or the umngushu, and then the meat was secondary if there was like a celebration or if there was a wedding.
No, bro, I'm not gonna cry. The meat was not second because it was there. If
expensive.
somebody got some money to buy some,
Oh, you have to have the money to buy the meat.
Yeah.
What is this made from again? Corn?
White corn meal.
White corn. So it's kind of like grits. It actually kind of tastes like grits.
Yeah, it's finer than grits.
Okay.
And the closest I found that's similar, because we use a iwisa from South Africa, but the closest one I found in the United States is made from Goya. They make a
Goya.
Mazarapa. Yeah,
That
they
guy. Goya, he's a MAGA guy. Goya.
look at the uppity new South Africa black guy
Like this.
eating pop.
I just want to say this is fantastic. I'll tell you. He's a Trump supporter. He's so fantastic. I'm telling you, Lebo M.
What are you gonna get? What are you gonna get? Is an uppity?
This is really good.
You're gonna get an uppity black guy from Soweto eating pop with pork.
Are they? Hold on. Are they gonna get us back in South Africa?
Oh no, we're gonna get
No, they're gonna
criticized.
get me.
Oh, they're gonna get you.
Nah, you can get me. I don't give. Hey, whatever.
I'm putting the fork down.
But we don't want to mess up the
No.
table.
Well,
We're doing a podcast.
Well, I want to tell you, and if you're around North Carolina, you've got to come to Black Mountain.
Yep.
There's my restaurant's called The Bush there.
When is it open?
We have a farm. We have
I'm here
our own
till-
vegetables. So we all have traditional.
I'm leaving
South African
Sunday,
food.
so
We have a lot of live music.
You're here now.
Yeah, it's great.
All right.
See you, man.
Thanks
All
so
right.
much.
All right. One more time. The Bush House.
Bush Farmhouse.
The Bush Farmhouse.
Bush Farmhouse.
Bush Farmhouse.
Bush, not the Bushes, right? Like Bush,
Like the
George Bush.
no, no. The other Bush.
My man.
All right.
How am I doing with my? How am I doing
Thanks
with my
so
hands?
much. Thanks, Nebo.
This is awesome.
Good to see you, Mark.
Love you, buddy.
How am I doing with my hands? Am I doing it right?
Oh, you're doing it perfect.
Because we do
It's 2026 now. You
we
can
do
it
fufu
anywhere.
like this.
But fufu is a little softer, so you can, like
It's
this one.
good though.
It is. It really is.
It's really good. That sausage is
Mark is
banging,
quite,
though.
Mark is quite legendary.
Yeah, we went. We knew you were coming in, and first off, I got to say, give you a lot of props. You flew straight in from South Africa, flew to Los Angeles from South Africa.
Yeah.
Because of our schedule, you then flew from California to North Carolina, where we are today.
Damn.
Just to be here for this, so that doesn't go unnoticed. I'm sure the private jet bill is going to be pretty high, but we do appreciate
So
you
Lemon,
coming.
when I come to South Africa, man, I got to hang, man. What's good?
See what happens when you hang out with brothers? First of all, I give you my country's food, teach you a thing or two.
Yes.
You almost make me cry because of.
They ain't gonna insult me about a private jet when you guys didn't pay for me to be here.
Well, we didn't have enough money in our account to pay for the private jet
Who
gas.
said I did? Godfrey, talk to this brother. Talk to this brother, See? But again, it's perceptions, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could sit here and think I'm the richest guy, and Lion King and all of that. I've done so many movies before and after Lion King, but our people globally were built on perception, and it's destroying us, bro.
Yeah.
It's destroying us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the controversy that went viral. We were getting ready to talk into it, but Learnmore Janasi, Zimbabwe comedian, he was here on 154, and he lands a joke that he does in his stand-up, and for us, it was the first time that we had heard it.
Right.
And he went on to define your very famous chant that is everyone has heard around the world. Right. There's no one who doesn't know the opening chant.
Thank you, sir.
Man, we all went to the movies and saw it. I went to the movies to see it. I put money in. I put money in that. I paid money for you, man. I saw it like it. I cried when Scar killed the guy.
And he goes on in that opening chant, and he gives the literal English translation from his perspective, and he goes on to say, "Look, it's a lion. Oh my, it's a lion," and take us through that moment. Where were you when you saw this thing go viral? And ultimately, what was the impact that had on you when Learnmore kind of gave his comedic take on your chant?
Wait, how did it get to you?
Wait. Godfrey said, I gotta hear this.
I'm like this. Yeah, okay. No, well, how did it get to you, first of all? Was it online or a friend call you?
I'm in my dressing room.
Okay.
We're about 2.5 weeks to finish.
You're like Hans Zimmer. You were doing something with Hans Zimmer. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
Finishing a tour that we've been doing for 12 years.
Damn.
And I'm in my dressing room, about 40 minutes to get on stage for my set.
Okay.
Yeah. And my set in Hans Zimmer Live, I'm performing not only Nancy Ngonyama, but I'm performing. We changed. We've been doing this for 12 years, my repertoire with Hans. And someone sends me a text, which is why I normally don't have my phone on like an hour before I go on stage.
Right.
Say, you're viral. I'm like, oh, no, viral. First of all, hey, what the hell does viral mean?
Yeah.
And they send me this, right?
Yeah.
The blow was very devastating. Here's why. Not because of what was said, but because I'm about to perform the same thing.
Oh, right before you get ready on stage.
Timing.
30 minutes before I go on stage, and I'm backstage.
Oh, man.
And what I'm hearing is someone saying something that's so sacred that I'm behind, that I wrote, don't mean.
Yeah.
It's that second,
Okay.
So now I have to go. Then I check, how long has it been on? It's not like immediate. I realized then that, so I cast my people out. Why nobody told me this, before? It's been going maybe 3-4 days, right?
Yeah.
So I entered that shock, quite frankly.
Okay.
But I still have to perform the same show I performed yesterday on base of the same thing that I've been performing for 12 years. And I'm leading from the very first Broadway production of The Lion King. Almost 30 years now. I'm leading the teaching and the story behind all of this. It's all my lyrics.
Yeah.
It's all my melody. So all of that is coming in just as they come in to get me to go on my on my cue.
Right here we go.
And and I'm supposed to go now. So in my mind, I'm like, how many of these people have seen this crap?
Oh, damn.
How many of these people
I understand.
at that moment, how many of
Totally
these
get it now.
people have seen this crap that either composer have been lying?
There because somebody can be just folding his hair going like
lying.
this. Yeah.
And this thing is not sacred. This thing is not emotional. This thing is not impactful.
Yeah.
I've experienced a lot of things in my life, but never a moment like that.
Yeah. What was, you see it go viral, what was the impact after you finish your show, you see all of this, what was the experience? Like, did you feel threatened by it? Did you feel hurt by it? Did you feel that it had tarnished the legacy, because this legacy was long standing. I mean, for me personally, you know, every one of my kids, and please don't get mad at me because you know, Learnmore.
This is a brotherhood conversation.
Learnmore got, he's like, oh, you messed it up. But all of my kids, this is how popular it is. You can ask the doctors. Every single one of the kids, when they came out the womb, I did the non-Singonia chant. And I was messing up the lyrics, but it was the emotion and the feeling about holding my kids up, and the doctors are just looking at me.
That was Roots first, Roots.
Oh, you talking about that? No, but I did that, and I did that.
Roots, remember Roots? Kunta Kinte.
And it was, it's a powerful moment because when you hear it, not knowing the language, and this to me is kind of the power of that opening chant to Circle of Life, is like, I never thought of looking it up, but I could feel the words that I didn't even understand. And that's how music sometimes transcends. I think about Michael Jackson. There are people who know Michael Jackson music, but don't even know what the words mean, but it transcends through culture and language. And so when you see that, what's your thought? Do you go, people still already know. It's been in the ethos for 30 years.
After you are representing, in my mind at that moment, the millions of people around the world.
Yeah.
That are impacted by this work.
Yeah.
And I'm the custodian of it.
Yeah.
And I have to give that emotional presentation as a performer.
Yeah.
So that a million other fathers and mothers can do the same thing without saying, this has no meaning.
Well, what if
You understand?
let's be hypothetical.
Yeah.
What if you weren't performing it, you never were doing it, and it didn't come to you right before you got on stage? Let's just say you're just chilling, you're not on a tour, and someone you see the joke. Would it have affected you as much? Because to go on right before going on stage, now that you told, I'm like,
that's the first part, right? The next part is where you're going.
Okay.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Would it have had an impact?
Yeah.
If I was not on stage or anything like that? Probably more so than when I'm on stage. I'll tell you why. Because now I must be careful because there's still litigation, right? Okay. I mean, I obviously wouldn't have come here if I didn't think I do have the responsibility now to discuss some of these real critical issues. Obviously, the biggest question out there is it a joke or it's not a joke, right? We have a legal position that we're taking, that there is a point where it stopped being a joke.
Okay.
Right? That is myself and the legal team to impress upon the judge and the jury.
Yeah.
We have that duty, right? Okay. So that's the first one. Most importantly, it is not comedy at that point.
Why?
Because... Well, for the first time, I need my whiskey. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Well, that's a very important question, right? Why? Because first of all, I love comedy.
Yeah.
I know comedy.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not funny as. Yeah. I'm there when the Comedy Theater. When Matt Lawrence's career starts, I'm there.
Oh, Comedy Act Theater.
Comedy Theater in Learnmore Park.
Yeah, sure.
I'm still talking to Michael Williams now.
Yeah. Michael Williams is my man, cancer-free. Hey.
I'm there when my first wife was the lead, Vivica, MC at the Comedy Theater.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Robin Harris, you was there.
I know Robin Harris.
Ooh,
I know,
he was. That's L.A. comedy.
Yeah, I know
Tommy
Jamie
Davidson,
Foxx, I know
Jamie
all of
Foxx.
them.
Wow,
I'm there.
You were in the middle of that.
I'm a huge fan of comedy. So how I differentiate this though is, let me find a way that you can live here, be comfortable, and your audience understand the difference. Yeah,
that's what we're here.
If you see the build up, right? You guys do it in the elevator. I was missing that. I was like, I'm not going to help the elevator thing. Yeah. Where when you guys come in before you say and you do your whole Donald Trump thing. I'm being denied that. That's fine. Right?
Oh, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Yeah. When you do that, you look at it sequentially, right? And then you do the conversation. When you're sitting down now, right? And you do, I think you ask, what does it mean?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm just trying to remember. Its
How did
sequential.
we come up with when we got to the Lion King when we were talking?
No, it was just
random.
naturally. It just came like,
It's like a continuation from where you were in the elevator.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
obviously I don't know how you edit and all of that.
Yeah.
but
No, there's no
to the-
editing in
yeah,
that. Yeah,
to the
yeah.
viewer, it's the same, right?
Right.
But there's something very dynamic that happens. Yeah, is because you did it earlier, right? And now you're doing it again, and you ask, what does it mean?
Well, hold on. Just for clarification.
Yeah.
So in the sequence, what we typically do when we're recording is we'll take the best highlight from this and we'll put it in the front as a tease to get people interested
Hey, I can't
in
wait to see
watching.
this
I can't wait to watch it. So it's only once, but in sequence.
So when you
it's-
said, when you said I need my whiskey, that's what we gonna put in the front of this conversation.
was a
Say,
ma-
I need my whiskey.
Whoa.
See Lebo M.
It's a metaphor. I'm not going to go get drunk.
I know. I'm just totally
No,
tripping.
I get that. I'm trying to be very delicate and
yes.
be mindful of
No doubt.
both processes.
Of course, of course.
I'm just summarizing.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, and I believe is you, what does it mean?
What does it mean? Yeah.
Right? And it means blah, 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 which I'm not going to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to give the definition?
No, I'm not going to do
okay.
What he did.
What
gotcha.
my brother Learnmore does.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, right.
For obvious reasons.
Right, of course.
Then it can't.
Yeah, I was shocked.
You were in your most natural.
Yeah.
Right, we're like, what?
Yeah, you were in your most natural.
How did you-
No, you laugh, right?
I laughed.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I did laugh.
Yeah.
Because I was laughing going, what do you mean? Like, because in our heads, American heads, we're like, and you're of course been in America, we're like, oh, I thought it meant like something way more than that.
I get it.
Exactly.
I get it.
Okay.
They laugh and all of that.
Yeah.
Now we're going to tear it down with
Right.
the legal process. Right? Now, what happens is I'm coming back from stage now. Remember, I left this thing viral.
Yeah.
Yeah? I think I would get on the tour bus and I wake up and let me see this thing. Yeah? And I look at it. But 3 or 4 people have said, watch this thing again. There's a reason why it's gone viral now. Because it's been done before by so many people. And he actually did it before. Here's a reason.
He did it before?
Yeah. Well, in a private conversation, he told me that he's done this before.
Oh, no, he's done that skit before.
Skit before. Okay, just in general.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got you. All right.
The differentiating factor becomes this. You laugh, rightfully, like any average person.
Yeah.
Then you react with your most normal. No, it can't mean that.
Yeah.
The whole world gets into that shock that you entered.
Yeah.
And so do I. That moment.
Okay. And then I sing, remember I went, look.
Yeah. Look, that's fine. That has happened.
We're comics.
That's happened. I'm breaking it down for you.
Break it down.
break it down.
Break it down.
Now, you see that shock you entered.
Yeah.
I had a composer as well enter the same shock a day or 2 later now. Yeah? I'm off stage now, so I did it. I did that show. There's 2 more to go. Okay, let me watch this thing. Right, and I tear it down. But the differentiating factor is it doesn't mean that it means exactly that. That's where the legal system kicks in, because then to emphasize your physical reaction and shock, which is mine and the rest of the world that's shocked, it means exactly that.
Yeah.
And everyone else that has experienced this magical moment over 30 years psychologically enters shock, and that's what our team did.
Yeah.
You evaluate the rest of the world's reaction and what to do about it. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah? I do nothing. Here's a critical part that I don't know if you guys know this. I say, you know what, Lebs, this is quite a moment. Reach the brother. I think it's a day or 2 later. I sent him a DM.
Mm-hmm. Was it a nice DM? Or was it like you?
Go right.
Okay.
I'll just say, no, I don't know what the DM
I know
was.
where you lead.
You know what I'm talking about?
I've seen
I'm just
all
saying-
your reactions.
I'm just saying, what?
I'm seeing all your reactions. Slow down.
Okay, go ahead. Get into it.
We got to get this. Actually really fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoy
Go
this.
slow the that I'm about to now help you.
Okay. All right, we're going to get into it.
No. I should have printed it there. Because I'll give it to you, brothers, because
Yes.
I was not supposed, but I'll give it to you.
Give us what?
The actual conversation between me and him.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
No, it's a step-by-step conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to summarize it. Hey, bro, my name is Lebo M. I'm the composer of this thing. Let me say 2 or 3 key things that I thought are important to say.
Yeah.
One, the meaning is 1, 2, 3. It's my first immediate thing. It means this. It means all hail the king. It comes from my culture. I wrote it inspired by such and such. So I give him all of that in that one paragraph. Understand that? And I also go further and say, actually, the meaning is there. For the first time, we, meaning myself, and Disney, when I did Lion King 2019, have already translated that meaning in the 2019 Lion King.
Yeah.
That's my first entrance. His reaction, and I still went on polite. It's like, oh, okay, I hear you. Do it my way. I think you should educate, blah, blah, blah. And I'm emotional at that point. I still am now. Yeah? But I'm like, but this brother, I'm reaching you to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And you're telling me whatever I'm saying has no meaning and is not as significant and important as the comedic moment that I'm creating that you must be part of. So he insults me.
Oh, that's where you felt insulted, where you're trying to give definition and he's telling you what to do. Like, yo, go ahead and take advantage of this moment. Like, you're welcome kind of thing.
I'm like, bro, I've been doing this for years.
Right.
First of all, what makes you think I want to take advantage of the moment? I'm sort of reaching out to you as a brother, say, bro, maybe you're a comedian, figure out how you can redo that, which he twists later, right? And that was second offense. I'm reaching out to you, right? You're a comedian. I'm reaching out to you. Hey, bro, I saw your skit, You've offended me and so many other people. This thing is a historical, profound, more than the movie. It represents who I am. I wrote it in Xhosa and in Zulu. And here's what it means. And you, in response, say to me, yeah, I hear all of that. It gives you the opportunity to teach about it. So, but I've never done that for 30 years. It's a metaphor. You're supposed to interact with me. Then I say, with laughing emojis, I'll give this specific one to you guys when we finish. You can print it if you want. And my lawyer said we can do that. Laughing emojis, let's say I understand that no one has actually seen or knew the meaning of this. It was intentional. I don't remember I said that or not. It was intentional. Because generally speaking, it's very difficult to translate any African languages, for that matter, into English for a scene that's so powerful. What I normally say to people is like, go back and watch The Lion King, remove the music. What you are seeing, what does it translate to you in real life? Then the conversation goes on and on. Then I get pissed off. There is a point I get where he wants me to go to.
No.
Wait, before you get there, I'm so sorry to cut you off because
he was very dismissive and disrespectful.
But you said something that I think is very important because we had a previous guest on here, Yaya. And Yaya was, talking about how, where, when people say, oh, you speak white, she goes, you're speaking English. English is essentially a white language. So everybody speaks white because you're speaking English. And you said something which is so profound is that, and I understand where you're coming from, is that you're translating an African, saying, the chant, and you're trying to convert it the best you can into English.
And in English, it's just kind of dead.
It can't give you the full translation, is what you're saying. So it cheapens. It
cheapens it, and then you're talking about comedians talking about it. So there's a comedian.
At this point, it's not comedian.
But I'm just saying, our disbelief is what made us laugh. Like, wait, what? I'm thinking, in my head, I'm like thinking it's, and me, I don't know, just, but that's what we weren't even, it wasn't putting it down. We were just like,
no, I got that part.
You know that, you know what I mean?
Can you give us, because I have it here, and I think it's really fair that I think it would be a disservice if I try to, because obviously you've mastered multiple. How many languages do you speak?
Zulu, Xhosa, Tswana, Pedi,
Damn.
colonizer, English, about 5 or 6.
Wow. Okay. Well, you have multiple languages that you speak. I speak one. So I would love for you, if you could, translate. You know, you probably don't need the words in front of you. You wrote it. You're the composer.
I get to have the time from the Bible.
but could you give us?
This brother of all of this, he decided.
No one touches his pile.
He
of cards.
decided I'm giving him only this.
Only this one. But yeah, could you
Now,
translate?
let's see what mess you done made here. Bro.
Okay. Oh boy.
What do you want me to do now?
Now, just give us the translation, because I think it's important for people to hear what the translation is. Like Learnmore gave what he thought was, but you gave the translation.
And I've explained this to Learnmore, right? I mean, because you're giving me this, I feel like I should turn my phone on and give you. This is what I gave you.
No, get your phone. Get your phone. Yeah, get your phone.
My phone, yeah?
Yeah, you get your phone.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to keep this.
Okay.
So it's the same thing. First things first, now, it's easy to say.
Here, you toss it? Okay, you got it?
It's easy to say it's a South African language. Let me establish a fact.
Okay.
I'm a composer. So I'm the composer. I even say this to South Africans. No, it's not Xhosa, it's not Zulu. It's my composition inspired by who I am. As a South African composer / African composer.
Yeah.
And I'm using 2 languages, Xhosa and Zulu combined. Now,
Kind of like pigeon, where you take and you bring 2 languages. I get that, right? Okay.
Now that's the beginning of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the end of the movie, then I incorporate other languages. Yeah.
Like Humana.
No, Setswana. Yeah?
Setswana.
At the end of the movie, where now you see, and I'll tell you the inspiration of this. When you see when Simba takes over the Pride Land.
Yes.
Our biggest theme is that's Zulu, ne?
Okay, yeah.
Ndabezitha Nkosi Yethu is Zulu, meaning King of Kings.
Okay.
Mholi wezwe lethu, ruler of our land.
No.
Then I switched to Sesotho and Setswana. Lefatshe la bonta, this land of our forefathers. Lea halalela is holy. Right? Then you have the Busa Lelis, rule this land with love, rule this land with. Now, 2 things are happening to me as a composer at that point. When this movie comes to me, I'm in transition myself as a human being. I'm leaving from America to go to South Africa for the first time.
Oh.
Coming out of exile.
Yeah, yep.
So, what the animation, which is what I want to correct you, brothers. There's a difference between animation and cartoon.
Yeah.
This brother went off on me. Cartoon.
I said it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying because I was like, I'm saying because I don't want him to be so angry. I said it's a cartoon. Because your anger was like I didn't think we were going to get in trouble. I thought, and then I said it's a cartoon for Christ's sake.
Relax.
That's what I said.
You were that angry on that tape, and I understand. That's why I flew. Come and help you out, bro.
Help me out.
So your BP,
help me out.
Your blood pressure can finally come down. When you put out that 27 million. It's a cartoon.
I say 20 because he ain't got it.
Yeah. We'll get to that. Could you slow down, man? Have some wine.
How about,
all right.
How about 2,700?
Wait. So now what happens is when you then mess with the beginning of that movie, emotionally, lyrically, and otherwise, you just dismiss the rest of the thread and the storyline and the legs, right? Which are not. This is the first time most people in the world hear the lyrical content of that huge theme at the end of the Lion King, both on Broadway and on all the movies, actually. Yeah. What happens to me is when I'm writing this thing, Nelson Mandela is coming out of prison. So as I'm reading the script, the power of who Mufasa is, the character, and the power of Simba. I go to exile at age 16. So I don't write based on a cartoon. These become human life characters. My character as a creative is inspired by Simba's journey. And Mufasa is Mandela. So when I'm writing, I see literally Mandela becoming the first black president of South Africa as Mufasa becomes, as a Simba takes over Pride Land.
Yeah.
So you are now dealing with a storyline that has been so globally impactful without the translation. So you don't have the authority or the right to translate it any way you want to. Now, when I take it upon myself and humble myself as your brother, reach your DM and say, brother, I am so-and-so. I composed this thing. Here's what it means. And it means all of this, and then you pour water on that.
What would you have wanted him to say when you reached out?
What would an average person said? It's not the first time I get asked that question. What would a average person? What should an average person have done? So,
well, he's a comedian, and I don't think comedians are average because their brains are totally different in the way they see the world. Yeah, no, comedians are different.
Like you are being a composer. You're a composer. I respect you. You're like the Quincy Joneses, the Hans Zimmers, the Lalo Schafrins, the Henry Mancinis. You're like your brains are different. Your brains are different. Like go fuck out. Why? Oh,
we are having.
I know.
Wait. He's not on stage. I'm not in studio. No, we're having a
But your composers are always composers. Sometimes your ideas come from when you're just sitting there and chilling. Stop. But see, no, the fact that you explained how he got the exile when he was explaining his life, now I'm like, oh, wow. Now I see why you got offended. But I didn't know you went through that journey. I was just listening. I just know The Lion King as being, I went to the movies to go see it, and I didn't know that you, in exile, his life story is amazing. But I understand now why that offended you, because I didn't know you saw I didn't see Mufasa as Mandela. I didn't think that. I just thought
Simba.
But now I'm like, well, damn.
Here's my conversation. I'll give
Okay.
You can put it on camera if you want.
Okay.
Well, we can get the copy of it. We can.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey there. My name is Lebo M.
Okay.
Composer and producer and performer of the original The Lion King 1994 Nancy Ngonyama Circle of Life. I love comedy. In fact, I grew up in America. I'm just, giving the same splash. My brother, your comments at this day and time are rather unfortunate. As such, we have to laugh and enjoy comedy. Let me read this properly. My brother, I'm just bypassing all the other stuff to get to the point. My brother, your comments at this day and time are rather unfortunate. As much as we have to laugh and enjoy comedy, there are limits when you now insult our culture as a continent and spread colonialistic propaganda. Our work in The Lion King, on behalf of the continent, more specifically my culture, Xhosa, and Zulu from South Africa, is not something to make a mockery out of. I'd appreciate your consideration in this regard. The royal metaphor behind the opening of The Lion King, which you will find in our Lion King 2019 movie soundtrack, is explained for your benefit below. Then I go, we appreciate most people actually don't know till now what the meaning actually is. We released it for the first time 2019, The Lion King. This is direct to him now. This is no longer like I'm working or on stage, right? A metaphor written in Xhosa and Zulu simplified. All hail the king, bow in the presence of royalty, Ngonyama, king, Ipubezi, lion. Through your strength and power, we will conquer. All hail the king. That's me to the brother. His response.
So you gave him the actual translation?
Yes, immediately.
Because he knew the language, so we were respecting that. I mean, no, I'm saying he was telling us
that he understands Zulu.
I thought he spoke the language too, because he was like,
because he says his
family, that's this.
We'll get to that.
We don't know. We're Nigerians.
No, we're not in a hurry.
We're Nigerians.
Go ahead. Go finish. Finish what you're saying. No, finish what you're saying.
His response to that. Now, this is real time,
Yes.
It's actually unfortunate that you see it this way. To me. For the rest of my life, you just dismiss everything I'm saying.
All right. He didn't engage with what you're saying.
He just disrespected me. Well, the minute you say, it's actually unfortunate, you see it this way, but I still love your work though. That's patronizing to me. The rest of the world could see. I go through so much to explain to you what this means and its significance and important. And your immediate response is, it's actually unfortunate. That's patronizing and arrogant, quite frankly. Yeah? Look at it like this. Now I must dismiss 30, 40 years of work that has inspired the world and enter your mindset or your community. Look, the minute somebody says to you, look at it this way, it's dismissing everything around my work, around my culture, around the impact this work has done.
Yeah.
Brothers, that's unacceptable.
So
Let me finish.
Okay.
Look at it this way. Jokes are meant to open the window to start a conversation. You now have a chance to educate people. What if that's not my preference, though? I've been doing this for 30 years. Yeah? But you can't instruct me on what I need to do with my work. I can't instruct you, Godfrey, or you on your work. I'm going to come here 153. I said
153. Yo, that killed me. You said 153.
yeah.
You look at what you just on us.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Lebo M. I can't believe he called it 153.
Wait. Remember,
So he excluded Nigeria.
Wait.
That's
No.
You took out the Nigerians.
No. Tell him to come down.
No.
Tell him to
153.
Yeah. No, because he was upset. He told me.
Wait.
All
Go ahead,
this work we worked on.
No, I had
Look
coffee
at what
with
I built. I built that.
No, we had coffee together, and he said he was going to drop this. Go ahead.
Pause.
You guys had coffee together?
Pause.
Yeah. We
Pause.
had him.
Hey, this brother's been working hard to get me.
No, he was like this. I'm going to come in Monday. We're going to talk. I'm going to study him.
Listen,
No.
when I see him walk out, I'm like, hey,
See this giant dude.
he's walking this way.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, 153.
He was mad. He was heated.
It's beautiful, sunny California.
Here goes 153.
Listen, there's yachts and boats, and he comes in with Sherman. I'm like, yeah, he come. Finally. Yeah, we've been on this thing. Yeah, so 153.
That's like 154.
Yeah. I said 153.
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
He goes, why? I said, your entire narrative since this thing went viral is dismissive of South Africa. Why are you calling 153? It's going to be 153 until I finish the interview. Take it back to 154.
Because he wants to make sure South Africa has a voice.
A balance. No, it's not a voice, a balance.
Yeah.
But I like what he said.
Yeah.
He says, why 153? Because he thinks I took out Nigeria. No, you did. You took out Nigeria, not me. Anyway, back to Learnmore.
Yeah.
So now this brother says to me, listen, you now have a chance to educate people. Also, my ancestors are Zulu, migrated to Zimbabwe, and I lived in KZN for a long time. Now,
Tell us what that means.
yeah, I'm going to bring context to that.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the brother lied
Uh-oh.
to all of you.
Okay.
Because if you're saying to me right now, this is the first time you hear this conversation all along, I'll tell you specifically in your audience, he lied. One, and then became very, that's what I said, it's misinformation.
What did he lie about?
Yeah.
First of all, when I got on my first angry, after he dismissed like this, I went and released and I'm coming off the show, and I'm like so angry, I said, there's an idiot, right?
Oh,
yeah. That's my first one.
I saw that one.
Because I'm reacting to all of this, to say to me, and you had another brother from Zimbabwe, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, the comedian.
The second comedian,
yeah.
So you understand that I've been following you. I'm kidding. Yeah. Now what happens is, you can't say you're 154 to bring Africans together and educate people and allow misinformation happen in your platform. First of all, he's from Zimbabwe. I didn't mean he's from Zimbabwe as the other comedian says, that means I'm xenophobic. No, he's from Zimbabwe, and in Zimbabwe, what he is supposed to define for you is that in Zimbabwe, there are Shonas who are the majority, and he's Shona. And then Ndebeles, who are a minority. Generally, and I don't want to sound tribalistic, but these are facts. Because he's using this, generally, Shonas don't speak Zulu.
Okay.
Yeah? Ndebeles will understand Zulu. The other brother...
Yeah, because he said they came. Yeah, he said they came from Zulu and went up
He
there.
defined correctly.
Okay.
But I think he was also positioning himself to trend. So he didn't give you the complete information. You know, it was like dismissive. Then there's Ndebele. I said, no. Explain that there is no way on earth this brother, Learnmore, would know and understand the language. Then where it becomes insulting to me, you guys and your audience, is the statement that I lived in KZN for a long time. It was in KZN. KZN is another province of South Africa. It's not all of South Africa. Mm-hmm. He told me he was in KZN for like 3-5 years. It's like me coming to America and go to Brooklyn and then say I know everything about Brooklyn.
Right.
That's misleading and it's intentional. Okay. Yeah?
No. Yeah.
That's not why, I believe that's not why you created this platform. For people to be misleading and intentional about it.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
154 is to bring us all together.
You understand? Well, now we're evaluating this thing. Then I will leave my contact details. He wants this part.
Yeah. No, but
you reacted to it.
I like reacting because I want you to react to me.
You reacted to it, so I'm
You're ready. I get you amped and I love it. He goes, wait, Guthrie, I'm not there yet.
I'm there. Yeah, slow down.
I love it. I love the passion.
Get us to let him
153.
Yeah. No. That's 154, bro. We're past it.
You included us back in.
Okay.
Are we back in Nigeria? Back in?
No. All right. So finish it. Go finish it.
I will leave my contact details while I'm on tour in Europe next couple of months. Unfortunately, I do not agree with you. While I appreciate what jokes are meant to do, the extent to which the foundation of the comments you made, which is not stated as part of a stand-up, is extraordinarily negative for anyone to begin engaging, as it seeks to erase over 30 years of work done to put our continent and culture in a positive light. I strongly disagree with you on this. Regardless to the history of your ancestors, I'm responding to him saying his ancestors also come from Zululand, yeah? I'm the composer of the work and have taken the time to translate the meaning to you. I suspect you are choosing to ignore this critical point.
Oh, wow. Is that then when you slapped the $27 million lawsuit on him?
Far, bro.
Okay. All right. At what point did you make the decision that you were going to be litigious and put a lawsuit on him? And I ask that because there's two trains of thoughts here. There are some that say that, Lebo M is sensitive and he's, flexing on Learnmore. Hold on, Learnmore.
No,
and then there's the other side that says he's protecting his life's work. So how did you come to that decision?
I'm going to define all of that.
Okay, go ahead.
Unless you guys are in a hurry.
No. We got time. Yeah. We got time.
I promise you, brothers,
okay.
I'm here to define this thing for you step by step.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I'm far at this point.
Okay. Yeah.
From even thinking lawsuit.
A lawsuit, okay.
Right.
Far. This is the foundation. This is real. You will have this document when I leave here, right? Yeah. So his response to that, where I really get pissed off, my brother, you are looking at this all wrong. You have no idea how many people don't know the meaning and context. Your work is not done. The conclusion is just heads up. Unfortunately, I'm not going to stop talking about everything and everyone, including myself. Hope you see it my way. So it's basically saying, I hear you. I'm never going to. That's when I went, this is, by the way, I don't want to say this, because this conversation at this point is private between me and him. His reaction and using you, Godfrey, is taking what I'm not going to say on camera out of context to make you angry. That I called him a blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I did privately.
Got you.
And then this brother confused you, made you angry that I called him blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
But he didn't give you, I can tell, looking at, he didn't give you this context.
Not at all. I didn't get that. No.
He didn't give the world this context.
No, didn't. Facts.
And I can sit and hang out with your brothers and him and say, bro, you want to be famous? Fine. But don't use other people's work and legacy and then insult other people as if they're not intelligent. Because right now you're bidding Zimbabweans want to kill me, literally.
Wait, what?
Yes, I have to have security around me now because of this. Why do you think I came here?
That's insane.
Have you had threats on your life?
Are you kidding me? Would I say something like that on your camera? Yes, I have security around me now. because he fueled so much anger and misinformation from your platform without this context has made people so angry. Then on top of that, this other nonsense that's going on in Africa about xenophobia in South Africa, blah, blah. While at the same time, there's a product that's produced by a Nigerian and South African and a book written by what's this thing? The project that's now #1 on Netflix.
What is that? What is that? Do we have
the biggest project right now on Netflix? Ironically,
on Netflix is The Roast.
No.
It's
Kevin Hart.
Out of Africa.
Do we have that? Can you pull that up?
It's out of
We'll get it.
No, but here's the point about it.
I want to know what the hell it is.
You will. Here's the point about it. If we don't calm down, slow down, and keep our eye on the ball, people will use us. People will use the emotion and emotional extortion and drive you angry. You will hate me and I will hate you, and we'll go get in the bar and boom, 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 and then someone has misled somebody. At the same time, there's why can I not think about this? There's a project that's directed by a South African and a Nigerian. I
have no idea.
And the book is written by a Zimbabwean lady.
Who's that? What?
Yeah, we'll get that.
Okay. All three people?
What does it say? What does it say? Just read it.
Well, there's just a ton if you want to scroll.
No, that's not.
He means Netflix Africa.
Netflix Africa
right
or
now.
Netflix?
Okay, we'll
We'll get to it.
We'll research it and find it.
Insert it.
But the point I'm making, even about that, we'll insert it. Yeah, we'll insert it.
Post in post.
In post. Yeah. The point I'm making is while this drama is happening, while this nonsense is happening, I'm the only person in the history of Africa that's hired more Zimbabweans while they're trying to kill me in the Lion King Broadway show.
Wow. What is it?
What's
Polygamist.
The Polygamist.
No,
Okay.
Actually,
my brother was just telling me about that. My brother just told me,
really good.
he was like, you gotta watch this before you.
good.
Yeah, he said it's really good. Yeah.
The point I'm saying is, us as creative broadcasters and comedians, we're all creatives.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we're not careful of how we manage and get detailed, our emotional selves can be used. We can be extorted emotionally. And people will try to kill me and dismiss the fact that from my line, I produced Lion King South Africa, the first black person in history even now to produce the Broadway show. No one has ever done that. And I incorporate Zimbabweans. In my own home, I have Zimbabweans working for me.
Yeah.
In the hands of my life, I make sure that people from all over the continent are working. So if what makes me upset, not angry anymore, is this brother using everyone, including you, to continue building, but pretend as if he really doesn't know what the meaning is of this is, because he went on. I'm building towards what led me to the lawsuit. Yeah, of course I posted my first thing and saying idiot, which comes out of this. And he reacts to that, and there's this back and forth. Then I decided, I remember coming out of the show, and I said, okay, let's calm this thing down now, because Godfrey's on fire on the other side. Say, I understand where Godfrey is. He's misled. I made a decision that you have no clue.
I didn't.
Of any of this.
No.
And then the whole thing of saying, it's comedy. I said, no, it's no longer comedy. Because now you're going full out to keep riding the wave, while your brother, the elder, is trying to communicate with you. I even send a message that my people are trying to get to you so we can figure out how we can even negotiate a settlement of sorts.
Right.
Yeah? Just to get this thing go away. People must see us have a drink.
Yeah.
And this has got nothing to do about money, by the way.
Right.
Yeah? Then he dismisses that, and his lawyers come back and say, we don't want a damn settlement.
Yeah.
Zero, right? I still made a white flag video, coming out of a show. It's there. So my Instagram got 5 people, because I'm 63, man. I don't give a about that world. It's not my world, right? Even with that, all the efforts that we've made, try to say, bro, let's reel it in, man. We can do this. Now, let me explain what everybody else is pissed off about. Second shock to the world. Yeah. After he gave me the middle finger and started selling T-shirts and all kinds of things, I started talking to my legal teams in the LA and South Africa, saying, how do we stop this? Well, I've got an executive damages legal lawsuit. Now, the $27 million, brother. Let me explain that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big number. Yeah.
There's two ways to look at this, yet there's only one way.
Okay.
Yeah. The Lion King is the biggest money-making product with African content in the history of mankind.
Whew.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
It is a Disney-owned property, so I'm not here representing Disney or anybody else. I'm just establishing that as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
When you sue someone, you don't sue someone on the basis of what he has or he does not have. It was meant to establish the value of the damage. I'm the only person on earth that would know what the damage is. If a property is making in real value $1 million a year, which is what this property makes. And I say plus minus because sometimes it gets to a little bit more, a little less. Yeah, but for effect, $1 million comes in. That's Nancy Ngonyama. Oh, by the way, which I own.
Awesome.
I own it.
That's amazing.
Through a major lawsuit.
Oh.
I sued.
Who did you
So they
sue?
were trying to take it from you?
Let me explain it this
Okay.
way.
Okay.
If you look at the original 1994 Lion King, it says Circle of Life by Elton John and Tim Rice. Years later, we got in with certain people that have a degree or two. We asked them to go have a certain conversation with certain people. And we won that settlement. They offered me a lot of money. I said, no, I don't want no money. And I have $200 at the point in my life.
Wow.
My voice is all over the world. So now I want to own that. So we end up with a settlement where I own 50% of Nansangonya.
Nice.
Wow.
Before it goes on Broadway.
So with $200 in your pocket, you were business savvy enough to go, wait, first off, that's my voice. I don't want no just one-time payout. I want ownership of my voice and the property. And
I was very specific in the lawsuit that this is a legacy of the South African people in the African continent. Because I knew its power around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now all of those things come to mind when someone comes and say, no, your show is 152 actually. Because you built it from somewhere.
Right.
You come from, so you're having sleepless nights building this. This is power. So I digress.
Yeah.
Right. So now, after all said and done, the definition of $27 million is not based on whether or not I'll get even $1 million. It's establishing the value of this property. The only reaction from everyone, black people, white people, and everybody else to that second trauma is it is unusual for African content, any kind of content, to be equated with that kind of money. Nobody wants to accept that. Even for the Lion King. So that creates shock. It says, oh, this big guy is, wanting to destroy a career of, no, I don't want $1 million from this, but I don't even want $1 from him. I just sat with my lawyers and established the value of this thing. It's $27 million because symbolically, I created that in order to associate it with Nelson Mandela, 27 years in prison.
Oh. Wow. Oh.
Not everything you see has to be explained or should be peed on. Else it would have been $32 million. Actual value. So I jokingly said I even gave him a $5 million discount. It was to establish the value. The court tomorrow can say...
Because the 32 years would be the $1 million a year.
A year.
And it's saying, but because symbolically of what Nelson Mandela has done for South Africa.
No, what inspired me to write the lyric at that time.
All right, gotcha.
So when Seth Rogen and Billy, what's his name?
Yeah, I love that part. Yeah.
When you saw that video, did you see the video of them?
Yeah, I saw it. You posted it. What do you mean?
No, someone sent it to me. And I was like, what's this?
No, excellent.
And I said, what, did you know when they did that? Were they on the line? Didn't they do something on there?
I don't know. No.
They did voices or something?
Yes.
Okay. So when they did that, because it's almost, what's weird, I remember I was doing this, oh my God, it's a lie. But then you see Seth Rogen, they did the same exact thing I did. But this was before me. I'm just saying, he was like, oh my God, it's a lie. Remember he did that? So did you know about that?
Let's break it down.
Okay, break it down. You don't know how to break it down.
Yeah. First of all, what's the video again? Now,
What? Okay.
the reporter asks the question after making a commentary or two, right?
Yeah.
Let me establish this. The reporter is not a composer. So if whatever you get on Google, whatever you get everywhere else, it's not a composer. That's one.
Yeah.
Two, and most important to you, my brother, because you posted this, the first answer to the question, do you know what this means? The first answer is no. That's what Seth says.
Yeah, he goes, no, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know it. It starts there and ends there. Now, if you are emotional, as you were, aroused by this brother, you're not, or your team or your researchers are not articulating this thing properly, because that's now spreading misinformation. Question is asked, do you know what this is, Seth? The answer is no.
And then she says,
Wait.
Okay.
I'm coming there.
Okay.
Let's juxtapose now. Learnmore, do you know what this means? Yes. Starts and ends there. Because now what happens? Second to me now being threatened is now black people are angry at me because I won't sue white people. For what? He never confirmed as an authority of Nancy Ngoyama.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
He
All
does
right.
not.
Because he
said no.
Learnmore said, hey, let me tell you what it means.
I'm the
It means
authority. I'm from Africa.
Gotcha.
I'm
Gotcha.
blah, blah, blah. You know?
But you're right. I was emotional going, well, the white people said it, and you didn't
yeah.
say a damn thing.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
And so, I was being that. Yes,
that's
I was
what
that.
differentiates this moment.
Yeah.
I even said, Chris Tucker was in Cape Town. I laughed at it. For 30 years, this has been done. This is the first time someone misrepresents as the authority.
So you don't have a problem if somebody's joking
Just joking
around
around
as
about it.
not
I
the
never
authority.
did. Why
Yeah.
now? I never did.
Because there's a comedian, and he's unknown, but he does a joke about the Lion King. He goes, Disney hates black people. He goes, because was it Aladdin? They actually had people in it. They had people in Aladdin.
I like the toothpick in this joint.
They said Mulan had Asian people, right? Everybody had people. And they said, well, what about Africa? Nope. Talking animals. That's what we're going to do. And you know what? The son is going to lose his daddy.
Now, I've seen all of it.
That is hysterical. And the place is going crazy. But everybody's always, because one of my first jokes, when I started talking about being Nigerian in New York, and my first line of talking about my dad was like, I go, yeah, I'm Nigerian, I'm African. I know you don't believe me because I got clothes on, right? Yeah. So that's and people laugh, and I go, yeah, when my father picks up the phone, you think you're talking to the Lion King. Yeah,
right, Mufasa.
And so they'd be like, can I speak to Godfrey? Godfrey's not here. Mufasa? Click. I get the biggest laugh. That was my joke introducing my Nigerianness, but that was still taken from
always been like that. And
right.
I've loved everyone.
Okay, got you.
So you got to be clear about the differentiating factor that creates a lawsuit. One, for the first time, you got the behind the scenes context.
Yeah.
Literally.
Now we got it. Yeah.
And you have it.
Oh, now.
When I leave here, you'll have it all the way.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And that's critical, because that's when you have to decide, and your audience have to decide if you're being misinformed.
Yeah.
And misled. It's 20 days from the time I speak to him to me deciding to execute a lawsuit. 20 days. And I'm on tour. And I'm devastated. And I get my emotions right. I finished the tour in Lisbon. I'm supposed to be finishing my biography because I stayed in tour for another week. Yeah. I couldn't even think for a second. I said, I just need to get out of here, go home and shut down, do the walks and blah, blah, blah. So something.
Did it impact your tour? Did you lose ticket sales? Did it?
No, that's technical. But where it impacted me is that this thing hits me towards the end of the tour. So I'm going through an emotional trauma just to not do this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sleeping, I'm not waking, and I'm watching this brother just making a mockery out of not more than my life's work.
Yeah.
This work has impacted probably more black people in theater than any other work. Must remember the Lion King's playing all over the world.
No.
Yeah? And there's African Americans, there's Nigerians, there's people from the Caribbean. It's the only black cast in history that has sustained the black economy for more than 20 years.
That's facts.
So this is not limited to me and Learnmore or the three of us.
No.
This work has been very impactful. And no, it's not a cartoon, it's animation. Because the minute we minimize it to cartoon, we're basically saying black people or non-whites should not respect the animation medium as a moneymaker. That's misinformation. We're not educating brothers when we do that.
No.
Yeah? When we dismiss this work, we're basically saying, well, what are we saying? Because James Earl Jones, the greatest African-American icon, played Mufasa.
Yeah.
So what are you saying when you say it's just a cartoon?
Yeah.
What are you saying about Whoopi Goldberg when you say it's just a cartoon?
No.
What are you saying to and about everyone else that's employed around the world by this work?
Yeah.
At the expense of one person that's talented. Yes, you're talented. I take that. But as long as I'm alive, I will not let you dismiss this great legacy that actually has Zimbabweans working around the world.
No.
More than 7 Zimbabweans. In fact, one of the Zimbabweans I hired walked in with my daughter to audition. My daughter auditioned first. I hired the girl from Zimbabwe. She was more talented than my daughter.
And you've hired other people from around the continent to and employed them in
Around the world.
Around
from
the world.
Caribbean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, listen, listen.
Yeah.
This is legit. Now that we have the full story, I know Learnmore. I'm definitely gonna have a conversation with him, but I want to issue a formal apology to you. I have no problem with that because I appreciate you. First of all, I'm having fun with you. I think you're awesome. Yeah. So we're gonna be friends. We already know we're gonna be hanging out. Yeah. So, but I want to issue an apology of not knowing and being emotional, just as a protection of another comedian. Like, yo, man, because as a composer, you could be with Hans Zimmer going, nah, man, sue them, son of a right? Yeah. And I understand that. And I'm in the comedy world. He's like an NFL. He's gonna talk like with his bros. Yeah. So I want to apologize to you for being misinformed and reacting that way. Yeah. But now that I know it, and like I said, this is to bridge. This is what we do. We all the same. We come in the same cloth. Yeah. We are real family, and we're supposed to talk like this.
And we're supposed to.
You're supposed to call me out on my.
Yeah.
And I, my man, let me shake your hand, man. I give you an apology for real.
Yeah,
you know what? Wow, I respect you big time.
Yeah,
That's
53.
big time.
Forget that 53. Well, now we just qualified 54.
Okay, thank you. Seriously, this is real. This is not fake. This is not performative. This is real. Because I connect with you and I dig you.
What family does not have a debate or an argument, even the hardest?
Yeah. That's right.
The difference is, when is the right time to get to the table and break bread?
Yes. Yeah.
And I appreciate that, man, because you for me, it's like as a big bro to see that there's a certain level of that to where you can acknowledge like, yo, I was misinformed. I apologize. Like a lot of people, that's to me is the definition of accountability. But even in the title of our podcast, 154, means one continent, 54 countries, but the one sits at top for a reason, because the African diaspora, because of what colonization did to Africa, to continent of Africa, is to bring all of us together as one. We want to stop the division, not only just between the countries within Africa, but also outside of the borders within the United States. There's this African against black and black British and all this, and there are all these little factors and hate.
Yeah, your last thing was very painful to watch, huh?
David.
That's on air now?
Yeah.
David one also, that made me laugh.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Let me digress, because he's saying some serious.
Yeah.
So
no, but I just want to
let's put the serious. Now, when I watched the David thing, guess what I'm being hammered about in South Africa?
What?
My accent.
Your accent?
Why?
What? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you've been living.
No. Now I'm watching that whole David thing, and and I'm gonna say the response to that. I'm like, yeah, this is me in South Africa, but this is global, bro. No. Yeah. But I said to somebody in my team, I said, the sad thing of colonization is, I don't understand other than specific black people in the world. Yeah. That is those that came to America and the language was stripped in the culture, and the Caribbean. what I said to someone in my team, because now I did 1 or 2 interviews before leaving to come here, and because people don't like truth, they have to find something to attack you with. You know, which is what I felt about the last, even about David also. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, well, not a single black person on earth actually owns the right to speaking the English accent.
Right.
Not a single one.
Right.
Except for those that were brought in from the continent to America and to the Caribbean. And the first thing was their language and culture was stripped off of them.
Yeah.
But not a single Nigerian or single Congolese or single South African or single Botswana owns the right to what accent you use when you're speaking English.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and so it was so sad to, well, look, guys, you've created a platform. It may look bad sometimes, but before you, there was no platform to engage on these easy and difficult issues.
This is raw.
Yeah.
We're 9 months.
Yeah, we're not even that.
We're not even a year yet.
That's a whole pregnancy.
So
we're 8 months in.
We're getting the kinks out. We're getting beat up, taking it. But this is not stopping us.
But the whole idea, the whole idea, to your point and to what you're saying, is to bring all of us together as one, to stop the division language so we can really get in and have more conversations to educate ourselves. That's why we wanted to bring something. You know, we had Guapale on, who I know you've known.
Yeah.
You held her at birth, right?
She's a babysitter.
Yeah, you used to babysit.
I was with her. I was with her brother the other day. He goes like, you know how long I've known Lebo M knows us from here.
Yeah.
He says, I can't wait till you all have that conversation. That's my guy. And her brother is like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
So he's like, nah. I said, we're gonna talk. He goes, I've known him,
Yeah.
And he said,
it's one big family that has to go through these difficulties.
Yes.
And learn.
Would you?
And we gotta be. I guess even for me, I get hammered on some other. I'm not really good in front of a microphone because I just talk so. And I'm learning to watch what I say and the impact of that.
Yeah.
Which is what we lack in this fast world of communication. Everything's by the second.
right.
Blah. Before you know it, somebody's going to bring some I said 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's got receipts, and that's like kind of the thing. Like, you know, even as we talk, like I came from, you know, my background coming from network television, you know, hosting American Ninja Warrior. Then I was on the daytime talk show, and there was a certain level of filter I have to have in my brain, but then it loses its authenticity. And part of that is because, you know, the networks don't want to get sued and all of this other kind of stuff. When I come here, it's like my brain is but nobody in real life walks around with that level of filter. And I think there's an acknowledgement that humanity is, we're all flawed. I mean, you know, from a biblical standpoint, it says we're all sinners, right? Like we all have flaws in us. And this whole quick, fast action that you're talking about is that everybody wants to point out when you're wrong, you said something and correct. Like, whoa. Let's not be so fast to cast the first stone. And we're seeing it like for like our brother David, you know, like people are throwing rocks at him and saying, hey, he sends out an apology and everybody wants to, and it's just cascading. It's like, there's all of us have to have the ability to show grace. And I appreciate the grace and, you know, you coming here. And I guess to bring it full circle, as we talk about reconciliation, is there a world where you would reconcile with Learnmore? Because for me, and I've been very upfront with you, you know, as we were texting previously, is like, it would be my goal to see a reconciliation.
I would love that.
And the lawsuit to go away.
I would love it.
For Learnmore.
But it has to be a legitimate accountability on Learnmore's part.
Yeah.
And you all have to have a face-to-face or something, or FaceTime.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know, because, you know, you all travel everywhere. So I would like to have a conversation with Learnmore, because I talk to him a lot, because he calls me, because, you know, I'm the big brother comedy-wise. So I would like to talk to him about that, because you gave us the full, and you gave us proof.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hold him accountable, you know, and say we were with him, and you have some stuff to clean up on your own part. Just as a man, like, be a man about this, you know?
Yeah.
We have to be men about this. We can't, no pussyfooting around about stuff, you know? I'm about honesty. We're all about honesty. Even amongst the show with us, we've had our differences. We go, let's hammer this out.
Yeah.
We don't have time for all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No harboring thing. We don't harbor anything.
Right.
Here's this guy, you're going to get a text. You're going to see 3 dots coming. You're like, oh, He goes like this. Need to talk to you. Just want to
I
love it though.
Well, look, I have sent out a lot of, brother, this doesn't happen. That's have to happen. I even officially have from his lawyer to my lawyers. No, we're never gonna.
No, that's
talk. We're never gonna talk settlement or anything like that. I'm like.
Well, that's lawyers being lawyers.
No, I know.
And lawyers want to keep the fight going.
Bro, I've been married more than once, so I know.
How many times?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Guess what? I saw a video on one of your marriages. It popped up on me.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, learn more.
Yeah, and he went on. The point is, the ball is on his court. Yeah, it's a lot of money being spent now. Huh?
Yeah, it's
this lawsuit is not a child's game.
Yeah,
I don't want to spend another penny on this thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone the extra mile I went to.
Yeah.
To get this brother to let's whisper to each other, bro.
Yeah.
I can do that.
What would it take to drop the lawsuit?
Huh?
Yeah.
What would it take to drop the lawsuit?
It's up to him. He has to apologize.
Yeah, I got you.
You think he would apologize?
He's going to.
It's up to
when
him.
he talks to me,
Bro, it's up to him.
He's going to.
I'm sorry. Then it's a difficult one.
Yeah.
I can't speak for him or his lawyers.
No.
But if this type of global damage has been done, you have to qualify the apology.
Yeah.
I don't want a penny from this thing, bro.
Yeah. No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It's
going to happen.
I hope that.
I was hoping he would come.
Yeah.
I was hoping all of us would be here. And you guys slap box.
I don't slap box, bro. I'm 63. I just bring the receipts.
That was good. I like the receipts. I was like, damn, Learnmore.
Look at you. Gym all the time. No, I just
what? I don't. I just
wait.
go to gym.
I'm just okay. I'm gonna need some receipts over here. Research archives.
All right, so I think we got that one out. We've attacked and addressed the elephant in the room in regards to that. South Africa has been in the news a lot, especially with what's going on there, and that kind of all hit this crescendo when South Africa played Mexico, and you saw
Nigerians
a lot
were
of
Mexicans,
and it was just this thing kind of again that viral moment again. What is going on in South Africa? Could you give us? I mean, you live in South Africa.
I live there even now.
Yeah. And what is the temperature there? Because I know what's being reported in the Western media, but what's the actual thing going on in South Africa right now that has everybody going nuts?
Well, look, we have to talk honestly, right?
Yes.
First of all, I think Africa, as it is, we're all pawns of politicians. Yeah. Until us, the average people, get to a point where we collectively accept the fact that African leadership is potential. Oh, by the way, all leaders in the world are corrupt.
Facts. Facts. He's talking about me. Can you believe it? He's talking about me.
I didn't say anything, but something about African leaders, right?
Yeah.
That the extent of corruption is like beyond him. If you're gonna steal like everybody else, man. Steal like the Japanese, steal like the Chinese, steal like. Why you gotta steal everything and everyone?
Right.
You understand?
I'm like, look at we didn't qualify for World Cup soccer. Nigeria didn't.
Yeah.
Because of the leadership.
Yeah. And look at all the Nigerians playing in all the other countries.
Because they don't even listen. Every government puts money into their sports, and because it makes money. And Nigeria is so corrupt. It's like you don't need a soccer ball. For what?
I'm good. You said that.
I said it. Put money into the soccer program.
Okay, so that's for me, and I'm just expressing myself. You guys could disagree.
Yeah.
First phase is we have a corrupt leadership in the entire continent.
Yeah.
Right. Then secondly, the issue at hand in South Africa, from my point of view, is the following. 1994, we have political freedom and independence. Prior to that, Zimbabwe is 1980. That's over a decade
Yep.
before South Africa.
No.
You follow me?
Yep.
Now, between 1994 and to date, an influx, remember what I said earlier, the border system and the immigration system in South Africa was built to accommodate the minority that was in charge of the country for over so many years.
Which were the Dutch and the British.
Yeah, which is basically white folks, right?
Yeah.
Now, if the entire continent and criminals from Ukraine and everywhere else find their way to South Africa, which is the case, it is a fact that in the last 30 years, the difference when people say, you're leaving white people and blah, 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 but here's a reality. The larger number of the influx from the continent and everywhere else, they don't go to Cape Town or the white suburbs. Only the small elite go there. The larger part go to Soweto, to Langa, to everywhere where people are still struggling.
So does that, it's like it's taking up a lot of the resources?
No, before we get to that, I just want to take baby steps.
Yeah, sure.
We must have a conversation that's a little bit more light, because sometimes there's too much intellectual conversation and it gets all emotional. Look at it from that point of view.
No.
You know, you help me build a house. Yeah? I like hypothetical and metaphor, right? I build a house. You come and help me build a house, right? It's finished. And I have a guest bedroom, right? And say, Godfrey, Abba, come to my guest bedroom, you know, and you like it. You stay there a week or two, a month. You start eating my food. I didn't expect you to be in my house that long.
Right.
Overstaying
the welcome.
Then the next thing, you're telling me what my wife should dress. The next thing you're telling me, it's a metaphor, by the way. Yeah? The next thing you're telling me what my kids should do, what my kids should not do. So you're overstaying your welcome.
Yeah.
Can we not simplify this conversation that way? Why? Because I can't, as prominent as I am, or the person I'm prominent, I can't just get on an airplane and land in Ghana or land anywhere. There are processes, there's visa, legal processes. I can't be anywhere illegally. So from the perspective of a South African, particularly a black South African, I'm of the opinion we're having an anti-illegal immigration issue that we've been trying to manage from day one.
So there have been so many people, and the reports are talking about, you got people from Congo, from Zimbabwe, from Nigeria who come over to South Africa for opportunities. And you're seeing this kind of play out, at least, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, from the Western media side, is that what's happening in South Africa is that, the South Africans are saying, hey, like there needs to be this proper immigration and we want these people out, right? And they've been labeling, right, using the labelization of xenophobia. But then there are some who says, wait, why is all of this energy going to some of the neighboring African countries? Why not the whites who came over and took over South Africa? Why isn't there a push and an energy to get them out to be able to accommodate those who have come to South Africa for opportunities because they're fleeing a corrupt country?
Yeah, I just explained. Remember what I said earlier?
Yeah.
That before 1994?
Yeah.
We're a split society.
Okay.
We still are. Why do you think white folks are not up in arms? It does not affect them.
Right.
They're up there in Cape Town in a 30 million rand or 100 million rand property. The effect is the influx goes to the hood.
Wow. Because they can't go to Cape Town.
They can't.
Yeah.
The larger number is the poor from everywhere coming to with the poor over here, and I'm trying to get by, bro.
Damn.
Can we just simplify the conversation
you're just keeping it real.
Yeah, simplify it that way. And then someone decided, no, let's throw a label to this thing.
Yeah.
What's the best label that we can just drive it and be about South Africa? No, xenophobia. But everywhere else where there's anti-illegal immigration, it's not called xenophobia, but we all know all over the world.
Yeah, and historically this has happened. You probably recall where in Nigeria they had that with Ghana. And Ghana came over and they said, hey, look, there's the economic resource. And all of a sudden they had those Ghana bags and then they left and then the same thing happened.
I think they're following.
Yeah.
I don't like politicians, even though I'm actually considering a new career in politics.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Lebo M for president?
No, Lebo Hang.
Lebo Hang. Lebo Hang for president?
You were G to H.
Yeah, remember I'm going backwards now.
Yeah.
I left as Lebo Hang, went to Lesotho, came Lebo Hang, and this big headache monster, Lebo M, which is a blessing and a curse. I'm like, get rid of all that, go back to.
So you're gonna do political?
I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it.
Okay.
Now, here's the biggest elephant that even no South African is talking about.
Okay.
Our politicians up the South African government now, and it's a specific. Someone decided we are so important and so powerful that we're going to take one of the biggest powerful countries in the world to an international court. Well, do research. Yeah. Our politicians, South African politicians, hiding their inefficiency in South African delivery, decided they're going to take, of all the people in the world that are discussing or being serious or whatever, arguing and debating about the issue in Palestine. Where's your camera? Dumbass South African opportunistic politicians decided, now we're the ones that's going to take these brothers to court.
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Now we South Africans, and actually the entire continent, but most of South Africans are suffering the consequence of that decision. That was not a decision by the entire South African politicians to take Israel to the international courts.
Who made it was who specifically made that decision?
Yeah.
Our ANC government.
Yeah.
Or elements inside the governing party.
Now, this is a different ANC party than the Nelson Mandela ANC party. It has changed. How so? How's it changed?
Well, no, but I want to finish this so I'm not misquoted, even though I will be misquoted. This is just my perspective, is that we, as little old South Africa, decided we want to make a statement. Yeah. We want to fix that over there. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to take the biggest people in the world to court. But everybody else didn't. Brazil didn't. Russia didn't. Blah, blah, blah. I think we're suffering the consequences of that.
Mm-hmm. And you think that's what's creating a lot of this overall issue?
Bro, this is not a new issue. Why now?
Yeah.
Why now? So if we're going to fix the continent as we should, there's some realities that we have to deal with. Yeah. I was thinking on my way here of a movie I also worked on, Tears of the Sun, which is about the Biafra.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's about the Biafra War.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Biafra.
Yeah. It was the most painful movie I've ever worked on. Yeah? Because pain, continental pain, is not selective by tribe or otherwise. But for some reason now, we have got sucked into individualistic, tribalistic pain.
Oh, yeah.
By a particular global machinery that's always been there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're at each other's throats. Yeah?
And I think it's by design. I think it's
by design.
And we're seeing that here in the United States.
It's almost like, man, it's like, look, nobody wants violence.
Right.
Nobody wants people dead. But the fact is, the anger and frustration of Black South Africans is justified, bro.
Big time.
It's justified.
But it's, because for me, what I struggle with understanding is that a lot of the issues that are happening is because of the system that was designed by the white colonizers from the Dutch and the British who came in there and created this system. And to your point, 30 plus years later,
we're still fixing it.
You're still trying to fix it. And
bro,
it's like,
white South African system is our problem.
Yeah.
Can you let us fix our problem? I'm now speaking like a Black South African, not Lebo M and all of that. This narrative that, you got white people that it's my white people then.
Yeah.
Right? Let me fix, and I can't fix my home with you in it.
Right.
Right? Like you're saying, all the energy that we're putting on everybody else, That's why people are emotionally or quantifiably reacting. Well, put the same energy, go home and fix your damn country.
So you're saying you can't even fix the issue with the system that has oppressed the Black South Africans if we're dealing with this issue. You can't even...
We've not successfully fixed it from day one, from the moment Nelson Mandela said, Mandela, I'm president.
Yeah.
We have not been able to fix that, bro.
I got it. That makes... I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now, while I'm trying to fix this, in my neighborhood, there's 3, 4, 5 other new families that come from all over the world.
Right.
But particularly from particularly from the rest of the continent, which we welcome. But no one is saying nobody should be in South Africa. But the fact is true that there are South African passports that are bought.
Bought how?
Bought through criminality.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We have criminals in our government, bro. We have South African officials that are selling South African IDs, have been selling South African IDs. Damn. How the hell are we going to fix this if I don't know? Hey, Godfrey, your name is Ubani? Then you say, no, I'm you bought the ID, so we have no way of fixing this thing.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's deep. Damn. Yeah, that's really deep.
No, it's real.
So when you see other countries in Africa like protesting against South African...
Bro, it's not deep. It's real.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah.
These are reality. Yeah. We have government officials that have been corrupt in the immigration system.
Yeah.
So does everybody else, but we're the worst one because everybody wants a piece of this action.
Yeah.
The majority of Black South Africans haven't tasted we're probably worse off now than before 1994, quite frankly. The larger majority of Black South Africans.
And in what way? Because, I mean, that's...
Poverty, unemployment, everything else. Why do you think crime is so high?
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh.
Damn.
Why do you think crime is so high? So are we going to be part of the positive, or we're going to be part of just continuing misinformation and continuing with labeling?
And I think the conversation is important, and I'm so glad that you've expressed this because it's different to ask somebody from the outside who doesn't live there. Yeah. You're an international star, and you live in South Africa, and you're there on the ground, so you get a better beat of what's going on. And that's why I think it's important because you see, for me, I'm getting the social media, clippings, I'm getting the Western news, but not actually getting the real pulse of what's happening in South Africa. And I look at the way the rest of, you saw people in different African countries reacting to the South Africa, Mexico thing, and and it just became a viral thing, and everybody jumping on, right?
Really, yes, I hear you. I physically live in South Africa, but I live all over the world.
How did that make you feel when you saw that? How did that make you feel?
The Nigerians when you saw the Mexican jerseys.
How did that make you feel when you saw everybody just kind of turning their back against South Africa?
Nigerians wearing Mexican.
What was the real emotion? Because I want to know.
No, we'll get to emotion.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
I produced the 2010 FIFA World Cup.
The biggest World Cup opening ceremony in the history of the world. That was the dopest thing. You composed that. Yeah.
No,
you absolutely, yes.
I produced it.
You produced it, yeah.
That
was
dope. Partners.
That was dope.
Yeah. What did I insist on? Yeah. And everybody hated me.
Yeah.
In fact, the entire ceremony was about to be hijacked by a UK company.
Yeah. The consortium. The UK consortium, you fought against them.
Yeah. While we're producing this thing, we're at war. But I said, I want Osebisa from Ghana. Mm-hmm. I brought Femi. Mm-hmm. I'm the only person that wanted after I said I'm a client of the LOC, the Local Organizing Committee of South Africa.
Oh, okay.
And they instructed me to produce, with my partners, obviously, but I created a Confederations Cup that got us to win the opening ceremony and closing ceremony. Yeah, more about the opening ceremony. The brief, as they speak in English, the brief was produce an African ceremony. It didn't say produce a South African ceremony. So to incorporate the continent, I said I want the iconic. If I can get the right person, Osebisa, Huma Sikela, Femi, and all of that.
Femi Kuti.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, some years later, we selectively forget, as Africa, that South Africa brought this greatest tournament for the first time to Africa.
Yeah, first time the World Cup had ever been played on the continent, period.
And may never come back in our lifetime.
You don't think so?
I don't know, I'm just saying. The reality is right now, South Africa fought for whatever it took, brought the FIFA World Cup to Africa.
Yeah.
So this is not about how I feel, it's about where's the common sense of us as people.
Yeah.
I'm not offended that you decided to support Mexico. If it's your choice because you like the Mexico team, that's fine. You know? But if it's based on this narrative.
Yeah, retaliation. It felt like it was retaliation.
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. But where are this well-thinking rest of the African continent? That should be saying, but we should not be doing this. So what are we going to do now when the rest of all the African teams lose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going to happen now? Yeah. No one is guaranteed.
Right.
It's a tournament that goes from June 11 to
So July,
to July.
Mid-July, yep.
Yeah.
So what happens now? We're going to be like boycotting everybody? Is that how messed up we are as a continent? Or where are the right-thinking people? You know, so I'm not going to be emotional. You ask me what was my feeling. I'm not going to be about the feeling there. It's more about casual conversation and IQ and everything that says, but when do we take a pause and think?
Yeah, I love that because I'm always about my belief system is conversation over confrontation.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of what leads to a higher elevated conversation. That's what we're trying to have here. Like when I think just let's go back and just talk about that because I will never forget where I was when I'm watching the 2010 opening ceremony. Yeah. But one of the things that I noticed is that although you were behind the scene, you weren't in it. Like, why didn't you, like, I mean, to me, this is just me as a fan now, I would have loved to have seen you do, like, the iconic, Nansingonia chant. You know what I mean? Like, why weren't you in it? Was there anyone or people trying to keep you out from performing there?
Uh-oh. Really?
Huge forces, even South African forces. Such that, in fact, my point guy... I guess I keep referencing this thing because it's been upsetting to get death threats, especially from Zimbabwe, given what I've done as an individual, My point guy that I hired at that point, Sipho Dlamini, became my lead producer of the FIFA World Cup. And Sipho Dlamini is co-producer of my first concert in history I did in Cape Town two years ago. Now, to your point is, when you have such a responsibility, and there are forces from within, and like I said, UK externally. This is a major part of my biography also. Because there's not been any documentation. You have to now become the producer, not the talent. At this point, there was no need for me to do Nansingonya. That is not my assignment. My assignment is to produce the opening ceremony and closing ceremony. I actually walked away from the closing ceremony and said, okay, guys, I was left with 6 guys out of 20. So guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to focus on the opening ceremony and be as authentic as possible with as little money as possible because these forces are fighting for R. Kelly. I didn't want R. Kelly.
Oh.
Yeah, R. Kelly, and he did an amazing job. Of course, this is you didn't want him.
I didn't want him for a specific reason.
Why?
Because I had background. Remember, I live in both worlds, man.
Yes, right.
Yeah. I live in both worlds.
Yeah.
I'm in the music business.
Yeah.
I know what's happening in the hood. So I have the backstory.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason, I do. At that point, I already had it, bro.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Oh, you already knew. Yeah.
My party life is not only Learnmore Park. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong.
You want me to go OG on you?
We ain't singing that enough.
You want me to go OG on you?
Yeah.
I've been to Hollywood cocaine parties. I've been to Brooklyn parties. I'm there when NWA launches their things.
Damn.
So I
Easy-E and Dr.
I got
Dre.
Easy-E, I got the backstory. So when I said to my team, get me somebody else other than this brother because we're not going to fall with this brother's sword.
Yeah.
And history has proven me
right. Correct.
Right. Yeah. But my point is, no, I just focused on the opening ceremony because it had to be authentic. Yeah? I had to honor the people that made the continent of Africa, the culture, what it is globally. I'm there when Dumandlovu picks up Fela Kuti in New York. I'm right there. I'm just holding Dumandlovu's vocals.
Wow.
Femi,
Yeah, so I'm there when Tevin Campbell is recording. I know tomorrow.
A better me.
I'm there.
Quincy produced that, right?
Yeah. I'm literally on that album. I'm in Back on the Block album. I'm background
Back
singer.
on the block.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
background
Big Daddy
singer.
Kane and all those guys.
I'm
Dang.
background singer on that album.
Wow.
And I end up rapping outside waiting to sing, and Q comes out and hears me and throws me in. There's a 20-second clip of me in the follow-up project, Quincy Jones, Listen Up, The Life of Quincy Jones.
Wow.
So I end up doing that Back on the Block tour in New York, just to summarize and conclude. And in New York, I got so drunk with Bongeni, who's the creator and producer of Sarafina, instead of going back home to LA, because my wife kicked me out.
Wife number
1. From Chicago.
my hometown. Chicago.
Oh, man.
She wasn't taking my bro.
Was she African American?
Huh? She's African American, from Chicago. Yeah.
Okay,
She's
Chicago.
taking my
What
bro anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm like, I'm going to Toronto. Get to Toronto, I joined the Sarafina tour. I did the Sarafina tour US.
Oh, wow.
Did you ever meet Doja Cat's dad?
Like this.
Like that?
Yeah. I
That's
took
her
his
pops
girlfriend.
is from Seraphim. What?
I took his girlfriend.
Damn, you ain't
Way back.
Way back.
never whammy. Say I took his girlfriend. That's what he brags about. That's my boy.
No, it's
Snatched
my
his
boy.
woman.
No.
Yeah.
Don't miss. All right. Okay. That didn't come out right. All right.
Yeah, that didn't come out right.
All right. Godfrey, I used to consume this thing called alcohol.
Yes. Oh,
Yes,
gotcha.
yes.
So when you tell stories of the days you consumed alcohol, they don't necessarily come out the same when you're 21 sober.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
You got
Yeah.
it? Right.
Gotcha.
So I joined Sarafina, chasing after this girl.
Yeah.
Turns out this girl was Dumisane's girlfriend 3 months earlier, before I joined Sarafina.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So my boy is here all the time when I'm going after this chick, monitoring me. I'm not aware he's my boy. Until we get to LA.
Wow.
You happy?
What is the thing they yell out when Winnie and Amanda? What's the
Amanda.
Amanda?
Yeah.
What
does that mean?
Power.
Power.
Okay, Amanda. Okay, power.
Well,
okay.
you know.
Another way to look at it is I'm black and I'm proud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Just some historical stuff, because I'll never forget when I was a young kid. I was about the 4th or 5th grade, February 11th, 1990. I'm in my dad's room. He says, "Come, watch this." And we're watching when Nelson Mandela walks out of prison. And, at the time, I didn't know how big. I just knew it was a big deal. By the way, it was. Do you remember where you were during that time?
100%.
Yeah, where were you?
It was like 26 of us in a 1-bedroom apartment that we all shared in Culver City
Okay.
with a little small television.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? Like, to know that, this was 27 years in prison, Nelson Mandela, and like, I think for many people, I've heard many South Africans say they never thought that day would come, right? Like, it was just like, he was just going to be locked away.
Yeah.
I visited Robben's Island to see kind of where he was, and, it still gives me chills. That moment, like, what'd you think? Did you feel like, oh, this was South Africa's time? It was finally turning?
That moment, like, it had so many feelings, man. It was more like, okay, looks like I'm going to go home. Because before that moment, I've long accepted, I'm over 10 years in exile. I've long accepted that this is my life, for the rest of my life, I'm going to be out here. And you see the evolution of events. And between 1991 and 1992, my first movie was Power of One, by the way.
Power of One. Yeah. Or Jaimin Hans.
Yeah.
Is it Jaimin Hans?
The music is me and Hans and Morgan Freeman.
Morgan. Okay,
Yeah,
Power of One.
yeah, Power of
Okay.
One. So I started going to record choirs of Power of One. As a matter of fact, even the bigger choir, we had a team that's recording a choir from Zimbabwe for Power of One.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how far back
Yeah.
we go, Then I start going back for the work on the Lion King. Before that, I did, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But the work on the Lion King, I'm actually in South Africa already. It still was not real that I'm in South Africa until I go to the inauguration. Because remember, the whole world, especially South Africa, we never had a physical picture of Nelson Mandela. Ever, till that moment when he comes out of prison.
Right.
Oh, you didn't see prior to him?
The whole world.
Because once he got shoved in there, he was
There were
erased.
all kinds of, so it was a psychological mind, it was all kinds of things.
Wow.
You understand? So by the time this man comes out, we're still in exile because it's a year or two after the deal, the foundation of the deal for all exiles to begin to come home.
Yeah.
So there's that process of, wow, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
This is actually happening. Then you go to South Africa. For me personally, it was not real until I'm like, Mandela's being inaugurated there and I'm right here and I'm like, okay, so this is happening. Okay. But even after that, so many things kick in. Their hopes that are high, they get crushed in the first 5-6 years. The political dispensation and there's truth and reconciliation. There's all kinds of things that just are beginning to happen. So basically, the first 10 years of the new South Africa is not really solid, which then minus 20 years, because now we're into 32 years. So the first 10, 15 years of the new South Africa is not really solid, because we're trying to figure out the political situation, which is still not figured out right now.
Yeah.
How long was de Klerk? De Klerk around that?
De Klerk is a transition president.
Was he? How long was he around? Because I always heard de Klerk, then de Klerk, Mandela, de Klerk. I'm like, who's this de Klerk dude?
Yeah, look at it this way. You have the old system.
Okay.
Right? De Klerk is the last white president of the old system, the apartheid system.
Right. Okay.
Meaning he's the one that has foresight that, bro, we're not going to sustain this.
Yeah.
This apartheid thing, we've benefited, but we're not going to sustain it, you know.
Right.
So let's negotiate with this one in jail
Right.
for a little bit and figure this out. So de Klerk and Mandela become joint leaders of the transition.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that the old system gets incorporated into the new dispensation, you know. So that's pretty much, it's a very complicated political history, I believe, more than most African countries, because it's entangled with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You must remember the South African sustainability of South Africa in the apartheid era meant the rest of the Western world is benefiting directly, even though it was like the political wing of the rest of the Western world, even though the rest of the continent still is not completely out of neo-colonialistic rule, to be honest.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if it was, everybody wouldn't be trying to now go to Cape Town or South Africa now, would they?
Right.
Well, honestly, everybody would be building their own Cape Town. Zimbabwe would have their own Cape Town. Everybody would be thriving. Right? We can't be dismissive of the South African issue.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to be dismissive about it, then we'll never know its value for the rest of the continent. That's just my little 62-year-old take.
No. Well, you've got a lot of experience.
Yeah.
You know, it was just as you were given that, and I was just kind of, because I see dates in my head, and from 1990, Mandela being freed, you were still in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You were in L.A., my neighborhood. I grew up in Crenshaw. You were in the Crenshaw neighborhood.
I moved to LA in 1983, and I'm homeless for the first 2 years.
For the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Talk about the homelessness and kind of how you found your way through. And then also, too, like in 1992, I lived through the 1992 riots.
The LA riots.
The LA riots.
Denny, Reginald Denny.
The Rodney King.
Rodney King.
Rodney King and the uprising. And I saw everything in my neighborhood go up in flame.
Yeah.
And you would know, like the whole thing went up in flames.
Yeah.
And I think back to, you saw that in 1976.
Yeah.
You saw that in 1992.
LA,
You saw Mandela. Like, so you've had a very interesting life that had a lot of ups and downs, from homelessness to, civil unrest, riots. It's just been up and down. How have you managed through it? And how did that?
And the entire time of my career, I'm working with nothing but white people.
Yeah. That is great. Yeah, I mean, because there's so many questions.
Shake them.
Yeah, there's so many questions I have for you because you've lived an interesting.
Let me explain it that way before Godfrey goes on a tangent.
No,
That's my boy. All right, I'm just messing with you.
You go like this. Let me break it down. Okay. Slowly, one by one.
Slow down. Remember, I said I'm from the 76th generation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And when I leave South Africa, I'm the angriest. I'm one of the angriest because I'm now beginning to say, damn, there's life out here. Why was I limited to Soweto? Yeah. And I needed a document from Soweto to here and there. Little did I know that the larger part of my career, even though it's 99.9% African content, all my work, and all these movies I'm about Africa. All my lyrics, it's not South Africa, it's Africa. When I'm writing work for example, Tears of the Sun, I did some work in, what's the other one? The Woman King.
Oh, yeah, The Woman King. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Viola Davis. Yeah.
That was my first roommate in New York City.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, when she was a Juilliard.
See, that's why you don't with anybody. Nobody with anybody. You never know. It's a small world.
Yeah.
The first music notes written for that movie I did. The 3-4 themes are, I say. My point is, when you've gone through life as a South African and as an African, only thing I've learned is somehow we have to figure out how to bring a full circle and have a conversation that is not a Zambian versus a Ghanaian or a Trinidadian versus that's happening so much right now.
It's just ridiculous.
It's happening so much. Who the British blacks, I never even knew there's such a term.
Yeah. It's just, there's more division talk now, more so than ever.
Yeah.
You know what it was with Dave, right?
Yeah. But I just because I wanted to get to break down kind of the ebb and flows of your life, because you talk about homelessness. You come to Los Angeles. First off, how did you get? Because I missed that part of your story where, like, how did you even get a passport to leave to come to the United States from
from South Africa?
Yeah.
Once you become a refugee, you're a custodian of United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. That's who issued my passport.
Okay.
Right. In fact, the first document other than my birth certificate that gives me an identity was the UNHCR blue passport. That's how I leave from Lesotho to America. The first place I landed to is Syracuse, New York.
Upstate.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, that's cool. You went from, jeez.
I locked myself out.
Yeah.
Because I was so curious.
Damn.
I was so curious. This is white thing I've seen in pictures. Yeah. My dog leaves the house and get locked up and I froze.
Oh!
That's my first experience in America.
Hypothermia.
It's my first experience in America before I got involved in South Central LA.
Upstate New York.
Yeah, so you lived in Anacostia?
First is Syracuse, New York.
Syracuse, New York.
And then from there to Anacostia.
DC. Crenshaw?
Get to Crenshaw, my step by step, and we meet a guy in 1983 who loves our music, promises us he's going to be our producer, and we leave Syracuse for our last dollars in winter. Nobody told us it's summer where we're going. We got these big old coats. We land. I don't remember. We're trying to figure out how I got from. I think we didn't fly. We probably took a bus because he met us at McDonald's on Broadway, downtown LA. We had a great conversation. I don't know that now. The brother realized that our lives are in his hands.
Yeah.
The deal went out. It took us to Crenshaw and Adams. He had an old office over there. Left out there, haven't seen him since. So we used to go from that little office to downtown LA and look for money and beg for money if we didn't. So we were homeless for like 3 years. 2 years, from 1983 to 85.
So you were like on the street, the downtown LA. Where were you sleeping? Just wherever you could?
Greyhound bus station.
Wow.
And go back to this little room that had car parts,
So you've lived in,
So I lived in LA
I don't mean to diminish it this way, but for context for women, you lived in Soweto,
Yep.
you lived in Anacostia, Lesotho, you
Yeah.
lived in the Crenshaw. If you look at those, like, what do you see within those hoods? Like, what is there a common thread when you look at those hoods that you've lived in? Because some people will look at the success that you have and not realize that you've lived in some of the toughest neighborhoods, in the world. You know what I mean? And you're a survivor, and it is a full circle of life for you.
What have I seen?
Yeah.
Honestly, am I allowed to say how we are as black people? Why? Because if you go from one neighborhood to another, right? You go from like the first place from the street, it was 103rd and Central. That's like deep towards Watts Tower.
Yep.
That's the first apartment. I still have pictures, that somebody hooked us up there. When you look at that environment where drained and where we all evolved from, there's this perception that's sold to all of us around the world. It's my only common denominator I see when it comes to us is that there's success and then there's a perception of success. For me, the perception of success is in South Africa, as in everywhere else, once you take political power, you build a small elite minority. Give them a lot more money, they control the majority. I see the same thing everywhere, right? Where in South Central or in Anacostia, any of the neighborhoods I've lived in, it's very few people. It's not the majority that end up being successful.
Right.
Yeah? But holistically, we have a perception that we are better than the other neighborhood. Inglewood is better than so-and-so before, remember that era where you had the East Coast and the West Coast
rivalry.
It's all based on a perception of success. That's the only thing I see as a common denominator, which is a negative. Obviously, the positive for every once in a while, there'll be that leadership in business, that leadership in politics, that is able to gather us around. But for some reason, that's not sustainable. I don't know why.
Hey, it'd be interesting to know what is the secret to sustainability. I think about your career that's been sustainable. How did Hans Zimmer's find you in South Africa? Like, how did that? Because we know now the history and kind of how you created the meaning of the song. Like, how were you discovered
Hans didn't find me in South Africa. Hans was doing a movie.
Okay.
He had done a movie or two, small movies at that time, related to South Africa. And I was a runner in a studio in LA. And I was doing the engineer, Bobby Summerfield. It was a South African that owned the studio. So I would walk from Learnmore to the other side of the valley.
Oh, walk? Damn.
Get a bus where I can. True story. And I would make sure that I leave at about 2 or 3 in the morning to get to the other side. So I'm the first one in the studio. So I was a coffee runner, and then the engineer would wait for me when they say they finish a session, because I know I'm going to sleep over here, so it's cool. Musicians come in 4 p.m. They want to leave the next day.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So they want a coffee. But long story short, Hans was friends with Hilton Rosenthal.
Okay.
And he was looking for Johnny Clegg, who's late now, to do this movie called The Power of One. But Bobby had been taking my demos and playing them for Hilton. So Bobby was not there. Johnny Clegg was not there. And Hilton said to Hans, try this kid. So we have a chapter called Try This Kid. So Hans says, come to my studio. And I started working, not knowing I'm doing a movie, by the way. When I did Power of One,
Yeah. Wow.
it was a gig, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was getting paid. Turns out I end up co-writing and co-producing and singing most of the themes in Power of One. That's the grandmother of the Lion King.
So that's where he goes, I've got a guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It comes from there.
Yeah.
Because actually they had hired Andre Crouch.
Andre Crouch.
Because they couldn't find me. I'm now in South Africa.
Yeah.
So Hans said, no, man, I love Andre, blah, blah, blah. We got to find this guy. And then turns out I learned later that Roger Allis, one of the directors, had come across the Power of One soundtrack.
And loved it.
and say, we got to find these guys. That's how Hans gets hired for the Power of One. And Hans in turn says, for me to kind of bring in that element, because the way we produced the soundtrack of Power of One was quite different from how African music is treated in Hollywood films. Yeah. So that's how I got there. Then I went to Hans' studio, did Power of One. Then they found me. There was no
Social media. There's none
None of that.
send email. No, not even send the fax.
Facts.
Yeah, remember that fax? Yeah. So they sent that fax to like 20 people in Joburg. They couldn't find me. I was in the hood. There's no fax. There's no phone.
Facsimile.
So 3 houses away from my house, someone sent a message, and then they had to find me.
Oh, because there's probably a telegram or something
Telegram
like
and find him, and this guy's wanted in LA, and that's how it happened.
that. So you get, and I don't know if I can, but I'm going to ask it. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask it. But you get through all of that, and you write the Nansingonia. Can you do the chant for us?
Nah, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, can you just give us
man.
I have to ask.
We got enough trouble out here, man.
Bro, it is the most iconic.
Hey,
bro,
we sorry,
what
man.
What is this?
Have some
He-
food.
No,
He didn't come for all that, see? Now
you
he
just-
gonna sue
no,
your
get-
for making him dance around.
No. Can you just do the
153.
the because it's the opener.
No, you do it.
No, you trying to get me? No, hell no, I'm not gonna do
What? He's like, you trying to get me sued? He's like, you trying to get me sued?
I'm like, the lawsuit has been transferred to Akbar. Learnmore, you good.
I got 4 kids.
I got 8.
You got 8, damn.
Wow.
Well, he got,
I mean, but
Yeah, it makes
that's
sense.
a lot of kids.
but he had a lot.
Yeah. How many?
I mean, it's not hard. Because he,
It's what?
no.
How many kids we got?
As far as I know, none. That's why when someone said, I saw someone look just like you. How old is he?
Oh man.
Hey, daddy.
Can you?
Hey, before that, tell this brother he needs to get
He needs to get busy
quickly.
Yeah, busy.
But with whom?
Yeah.
But I need to come to South
I'm
Africa.
sure,
and
yeah,
give
you
me
probably, you probably got some South African.
No, when I come to South Africa, there's some hot chicks in South Africa.
Yeah, you're a past chick. Let me help you.
Help me out.
You need to find a wife.
Well, help me out.
Too grown up to be.
Oh, right. Well, I'm not
boyfriend,
trying to.
man.
I'm not trying to not have. But I've been running to bums, yo. Bums.
I'm
Straight
sure.
bums.
Can you hook him up?
I
you
can
hook him
relate
up?
to this.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say. You got a lot of nerve. I'm just saying. I wouldn't mind, man. But
Can you hook him up with a South African?
South African women are.
Can you hook him up? I know you know some people.
I know you know somebody that knows somebody.
You know, I've had so much drama in my personal life. I ain't trying to be anybody else's drama.
All right, I'm not gonna stop until you tell me.
You're on
no.
your own.
Damn.
That one.
I'm not gonna stop till you. Can
least
you
tell me
give
where
us
it's
just?
Ah, tingonya, babagiti, baba.
I'm done.
That was fire! That was fire!
I had to like mind this whole thing. Yes, and
And I'm not gonna ask you what it means.
We know what
We
it
know
means.
what it means now, bro.
Oh
That
man,
was- that was fun.
I'm telling you, you asked if my wife was here right now. I can't tell you. Yeah, that's so cool, man.
What happened?
Yeah.
I didn't have a script when we came in. Yeah, I landed because we have a formula with Hans,
Yeah.
and I'm happy to share this.
Yeah.
Because it's been so much fun coming in. Well, I now know years later who's in the room. I'm walking in. I probably have a hangover because I get sober in 2005.
Okay.
So this is much earlier. I walk in, typical, because we've done so much work with Hans before this moment. He's just playing some chords and he's got a track related. So I built the I'm watching this thing. Yeah, because it took me a little bit because no one kind of had a good sense what this is. And I write there and then I see, so I did That's what I came to do now, honestly. Then as I'm about to pull out, you'll see we laugh about this. As I'm about to pull up, I see what I now know years as the world sees as Rafiki going up. Right?
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
Hans says, stop, turn the mic off. Right? And literally I go back in because we have a way,
Yeah.
I don't remember what we said, but I went in there, I got this and said, play the track up. And I went, one take and I left. Then we did
That was a one take?
One take.
Yeah, left, it was a demo. Then I went back home. Yeah. Came back, get hired to co-write and arrange everything else. Now we're hired, we want to do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we go, The first take is a take that sustained this entire thing for 30 years.
Did you ever think it was going to be that big?
The first time we had a different beginning of the Lion Kings, I wrote the beginning of Mufasa. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first time. I wrote the first song that you hear in Mufasa. It's the first time.
How'd you like working with Jason Weaver?
Cool, brother.
Chicago. He's from Chicago. That's my man, Jay. Jason, Jason
That's cool.
Weaver, yeah.
And he made a decision similar to what you did,
moms,
where he decided to, say instead of taking the upfront money, he decided that he was going to get the residuals from his work as the voice of Simba.
Yeah.
And that
Mom
it paid
really did a
him
good job.
millions and millions of dollars. With the Lion King's success, did you know when you did that open chant that would be something that would carry you for 30 years? Because before then, I mean, we knew as Africans, like, Sunny Ade, you think about, Fela Kuti and some of the, the big names, but it wasn't a global, like everyone appreciated. Like I felt like, to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I felt your song really kind of made African music like, I'm gonna say palatable for the rest of the world. Like, oh, that's really cool. Like, because it was so magical. You felt it. Again, no one knew the meaning.
Timely.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I don't think I'm the first one to say this, I don't think anyone in the entire environment knew that The Lion King is going to be that successful, the movie. In fact, it was the movie that the entire environment was focused on was Pocahontas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Lion King worked its way up, so to speak.
It crushed everybody.
I think because of how we are trained, and as honest as I can be, I never really thought of it that way, that, this is successful, it's going to be successful.
Yeah.
You go to the next hustle, but you're watching this thing go, whoa, go.
Yeah.
And then the first time I really felt the impact of the work is when we start building the Broadway show.
Yeah, the Broadway show. I had some friends that were in on it.
I think
it was a 2-year
now,
waiting list.
Yeah,
it was so crazy.
Because you know how movies are. When you're done with the movie, you're basically doing this whole thing in the studio.
Yeah.
The impact is like your work, The impact is what is interacting with the audience.
That's right.
Right. So I don't feel this impact because I'm on stage actually. I'm one of the cast members in the original Lion King on Broadway.
I was there.
I'm one of these.
You were there when you saw him?
I was in 1998. My mentor at the time, Melinji, she flew, and I was in college. She flew me, my brother Kabir, and my sister Kabrat, and she flew us out to New York. And we went to go see The Lion King, and I'll never forget, we're sitting there, and we've got great seats, and just that whole thing. It was the first time. Were you on stage?
I'm one of the antelopes.
I knew it.
First 2 years.
Knew it.
I
knew you. I knew, but I was looking at his head. I said, "Boy, that boy's the antelope." I know he the antelope. I bet you the antelope.
Hey,
I knew
guess
you was
what?
the antelope.
You know how I was a skinny.
I said, that's a slow antelope, right? They would get the quick one with the little legs.
They had to measure me so many times over that skin.
Wow, look at that. That was hard work, huh? Was that hard work?
Real quick, because I know we've been at this for a minute. Like, there's something I noticed in our conversation is you even speak sometimes English with the I can't do it the thing. Can you teach?
That's an X, right?
Yeah, that's a Q.
No, it's an X. It's an X.
X is Xhosa. Q is like Konda.
So Q.
And X is Xhosa.
Like Xhosa?
Xhosa, yeah.
Xhosa. Yes.
I know.
Xhosa.
No.
Xhosa, boy.
Is he doing it right?
Xhosa.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I'm doing it right.
Q.
He just said,
Close.
yeah.
It's close.
Okay,
Now,
hold on.
your turn. Here he goes. Clear your throat like
I'm
you
not
do.
clearing my throat.
Here he goes.
Well,
Stop laughing. I'm trying right here. He's trying to teach me.
you're never going to know from me. Globally, the fastest way to learn a language is find you a female sister.
She. But I just want to get this.
That's facts, though. That's so true.
Except him. He happily married.
You
You will learn this so quick.
So hold on. I want to get it right.
Kosa. Kosa, which is my mother language.
Kosa, okay.
Kosa. My father is Tswana.
Swana.
SWANA. Tswana.
Okay.
Right?
Tswana.
My mother's Kosa. But I'm brought up very Kosa. You know, my mom was pretty dumb. Okay. Yeah, and
That's
then
KH, no?
I know in Nigeria.
in fact, I have a hip hop song.
Yeah.
That we're working on. It's called Konda.
Onda.
Konda. ONDA. Konda. Yeah.
Onda.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear that.
I don't know who's on it.
David
David
Banner?
That's my man.
David Banner?
We're doing a
David
demo.
B.
We're doing a demo on that. I'm like I'm going back to my Compton roots.
Yeah, but you know it's so big because right now, like African music is hot right now. It is hot. It's
been hot for a minute.
Like it is. Yeah, it's been going out there like so you got this new thing coming out like with David Banner. That's like are you getting into the rap game? Because I heard that you were
demoing it.
You demo okay.
Yeah, we're demoing it.
Didn't you start off in the rap game when you came to New York?
First?
I started R&B. R&B and jazz, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I could hit Philip Bailey notes.
Yeah.
Philip Bailey knows.
Philip Bailey notes.
Earth, Wind, and Fire now.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Tyler's performance in the at the World Cup? And will there ever be another opening as big as the opening in 2010 in South Africa?
I'll forever be selfish and very much proudly say no. There'll never be another opening like our opening.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Because I know this year wasn't. I mean, it was cool, but it was nothing like the 2010. Yeah. I stand behind you on that one because I still to this day.
No, I loved the
you love Tyler's?
I obviously love Tyler, and I love the fact that it had a bit more of a global. The difference with how we approached our World Cup opening ceremony is like. When we sat down, look, we're not going to have, I think before us, it was one of these really wealthy countries.
All right.
Right? So what we're going to do is not try to have airplanes and all kinds of things. We're just going to bring authenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I missed a little bit on the opening ceremony in Mexico is that which represents South America.
Yeah.
You know, either through costumes or...
Yeah, so much
anything
of that they could have
says,
put in.
Which because that's a permanent legacy of not only Mexico but South America.
Yeah,
which we if we see our ceremony, we really went the extra mile.
Yes,
to give you the visuals, give you the music, and then bring in Shakira, which was brilliant, and all of that. But I suspect because of the current situation, it's the only way. The Mexico opening ceremony could be approached, but I still think it could have had a little bit of that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I was missing. Otherwise, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was cool, pretty cool because Tyler became the first South African artist to sing the country's anthem at a World Cup in the opening ceremony. That was big. It was really big. Do you know Tyler? Would you ever?
We've never met, but I know her people.
Yeah. Would you do a collab with her?
I'll do a collab with anybody. Yeah. You, man, can you sing? I'll do a collab with you.
No, I can't sing, unfortunately. God, he can't sing either. Don't let him
throw me in.
Actually, I love
I'm going to take my chances.
I think I love collabs. This is my thing.
I heard you said that Tyler could be just as big, if not bigger, than Beyonce. What do you feel about that as far as her stardom?
I think I never said that.
Or something similar to that. Correct me.
I think that's a lot to put on any artist.
Yeah.
You know, I don't agree or believe in who can be bigger than who.
Okay.
Yes, Tyler, as a young South African, has pulled through.
Okay.
Right? Mainstream, right? But now we can't then start putting a competitive who can see the resources behind what built Beyonce over the years. This is another thing that's really important. You can't just, because somebody has a hit 1 or 2 or 3, then be dismissive of the resources that built the Beyonce empire over 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's unfair to Tyler and somewhat disrespectful to a Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know, that, no, this can be better than, you know, it's like, I don't know how to do an example. As artists.
No, you said it well.
As
You said it
artists,
well.
we don't see it that way.
Yeah.
I don't think Tyler sitting there saying to herself, I'm bigger than so-and-so, right? It's just not a thing that I believe in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I know that we've got some time here, so we want to get into a little bit of a game. You want to play a little of the Godfrey's game?
Godfrey game.
Okay.
Godfrey's game. Here we go. Yeah, I know he's ready. He's ready. Name one artist who you never performed or worked with that you wish you had, dead or alive.
Wow, Donny Hathaway.
Right on. Chicago. That's Donny Hathaway. That's great. Which Afrobeats artist would you want to make a song with?
Oof. Well, Afrobeats has been so defined and so many different versions of it. I don't think is a quantifiable question, but in the most general, I don't think this is Afrobeat though.
Wizkid? Burna Boy?
Burna Boy. T-Square.
No, I'm trying to remember. There's a brother I worked in the studio and we never finished. I loved him so much. It's close to Wizkid.
Yeah, okay.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'll settle for Wizkid.
Wizkid?
Or Burna, yeah.
Okay. I actually would love to.
How can I forget him?
It'll come to you.
Wait, please.
Yeah. I would say though.
Davido.
Davido.
I love Davido.
Davido, yeah.
He didn't break up that big.
Right. He's
I would love to see like that South African like and Afrobeat.
because you have Amapiano.
That would be
Amapiano.
cool. Yeah.
Amapiano, which is awesome. That music.
That would be dope. Like, would you if Wizkid hit you up like, yo man, let's do it. Let's get in the studio.
I'll be there tomorrow.
All right.
What does Shempepe mean?
What?
Shempepe. I'll play the song for you. It's an Amapiano song. I love it. And they just go Shempepe. Dum, dum, dum. Is it Shempepe? I don't know.
Sounds like something else.
No.
It sounds like something else I won't say on air.
Okay, what's harder, making a hit single or making a woman happy? Whoa.
I don't know, and I don't believe artists set out to make a hit single.
Oh.
At least I'm not like that. And I don't know any artist. So it's 100 times, million times harder to make a woman happy. If you have to put the two, right?
Yes.
Because I don't think artists go in to
Never
create.
make them.
We go in there to create a successful quality product.
Yes.
But we're also realistic that it's not going to be up to us
Right.
for it to be a hit. But with a lady or a sister, you negotiate your way all the way, non-stop.
It's true.
Yeah.
How about the greatest animated film of all time?
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's probably The Lion King.
Yeah. There it is.
Actually,
Yeah.
obviously The Lion King is the biggest, most successful, but I really love Mufasa.
Yeah.
And that's the only world I know in terms of
Yeah, of course.
because of the job, yeah.
Which character describes your personality better, Scar or Simba? Hey.
Can it be a combination?
Balance, remember, balance.
Is this about balance?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. One is a wolf, the other one is a hardcore hustler. So it's all the above.
Right. Fufu and soup or pap and chakalaka?
Pop.
Okay, pap.
In fact, Ngosho, you don't have that.
What is that?
Yeah, Ngosho. We had it. Sam.
Ngosho.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good.
That's because that's what my mom.
No, that takes you back home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I say this right. Suya or brai? Brai?
Brai. Yeah.
Brai. Spicy grilled meat versus. Okay.
Brai is like barbecue.
Okay, cool.
I got
Well, that's it there.
I got one more question. Your catalog. You sold your catalog?
Whoa. Oh, we negotiated.
You negotiated? Yeah.
How much you getting? No,
That's a big deal because I asked that because I know a lot of artists, don't get the opportunity to get the rights to their catalog, and some of them fight to get their catalog. You've been successful for a very long time.
I've been happy for a long time.
You've been happy. I like that. You've been happy for a long time.
Success. I can relate to. We're trained to never ever buy into the perception of success.
Yeah.
I've been happy.
You've been happy.
And lucky and blessed to do what I love to do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What made you sell the catalog?
Life and business.
Life and business.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're a grandfather now. How many grandkids you got?
2.
Yeah, 2 grandkids. Yeah.
No, it's not related to personal.
Okay. Oh, it's not related. Okay.
It was a business move.
It was a business move.
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta say, I want to say thank you so much flying all the way from South Africa.
This is great.
To sit with us here at 154.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
You kidding
Yeah.
me?
We had fun.
I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah.
We were looking for. We were like,
Well, first of
Lebo
all,
M. And then I was watching video on you.
Yeah.
There he is.
And it's not even. The funniest thing is, I never had it in me that I'm coming here as Lebo M.
Right.
Honestly, to be fair, I was looking forward to a conversation with brothers that have a perception, and I have a perception.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean?
And then we had the conversation.
Yeah, then we have a conversation. Right?
We're well-raised children. We are. We're not mean guys at all. At all.
I already knew that, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we try to have fun and try to really be thorough. I think there are people that produce, Heather and C-Dad, and we bring in questions that we're very careful on what we ask. And if you don't want it, we don't do it. But and he's amazing at asking questions and being very insightful. Yeah. And so I'm glad because as soon as you walk in, I said, "Oh, this dude's gonna be cool."
And this will be the longest interview we've ever had on this podcast. And let me tell you something. I didn't even get an opportunity to go.
It's the longest because it's the most dramatic you've had so far.
All right, this was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? It was worth it because your life. I don't think we could fit. I mean, we would have to do a 4 or 5 part series. But it'd be like Shaka Zulu. You remember Shaka Zulu? Yeah. Shaka Zulu was like an 8-part series. Like it was like,
My mother played.
Your mom was in Shaka Zulu.
Your mom was in Shaka Zulu.
What?
Yeah. She played Nandi's mother.
What?
Yeah.
We all grew up.
Oh, Shaka.
Ushaka.
But you
know, my favorite was the soundtrack. Boom, 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 boom. Like, my brother has a highlight video when because he was at one point he was the all-time sack leader for the Green Bay Packers, and like at the peak of his career at the Green Bay Packers, they did an intro song that still gives me chills, and he chose the intro to Shaka, and it's like, oh no, KGB, and he comes out and they do the holler, boom, 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 and he's going like that, CT gun. And he's sacking the quarterbacks and everything.
That's awesome.
We got to pull up this video.
I want to see that.
It is the coldest highlight video I've ever seen.
But
because we were such fans, every year we would watch. But that's all of South Africa that we knew. So we didn't know that. So now that I know your mom was in.
Your mom was in
She played Shaka's mother.
What was her name?
Queen.
Yeah. Wow.
She's late now.
What was her? I want to look it up.
She played Nandi.
She played Nandi.
Nandi's mother.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
I'm gonna say we look up because you can always look up cast.
Yeah.
And then we'll see your on the line. That's great. Damn.
That's cool, man. Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure. I want to say thank you so much for coming
dope.
and rocking with us here on 154. Lebo!
Cashmere!
There you go.
Cashmere!
And we took the gold trim. Yeah. This is the gold that represent Africa. All the gold that's been stolen. It's all trimmed around all throughout. So we want to say thank you so much.
Now I've been seeing this, like I'm not leaving there without my sweater.
Thank you so much.
It's summer.
All right.
Yeah. 154. We all connected, baby. You already know. I'm talking 154. We bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place.